you weren't here.
I know.
Because you're the dog.
I know. I was like trying to say, oh my god, I said it. It's a vibe! This is a vibe! This is where it is at! I was listening to like freaking Travis Scott. Girls!
We know what it's like. It's just what happens. It's a vibe.
That's a nice thing.
Worst person, yeah, the worst person you ever met. You have to be slightly stupid. Yeah, that sucks. See, that actually sucks. If I could pay not to work with someone, it'd be her. Yeah, I would too. I'd be like, can I please transfer? Oh.
She does. She does. That's what we all say.
All of a sudden she'll be like, hey Lila! And you're like, what the fuck?
No, she has to do this.
Yeah! The dance! I know the dance! No. Oh god. In the middle of a sentence you'll be talking, she'll be like, please stop. She got a play mouth, she got a play mouth.
Someone's going to say it. You guys, everything you say is on camera, so
That's good.
it's pretty annoying.
Live stream.
Do you want to go down there or something at all?
Oh yes, when Tom was running out.
Jay Chamberlain won. Jay Chamberlain
We've had some clean skin. He's got like no attack. We've had Kim Willaston, Tim Gawler, he plays the clean skin. He plays great. I know who he is. I know who he is. I'm going to make him on the field. Oh, but anyway.
I'm not having that.
I'll be up for something.
Yeah.
I know you feel bad when I There's just the J. Jamie. Jerome? Do you have a Jerome? I know. I won! Ah, that's competition! Should we kiss her? I think he has
I would too. When I'm jumping into your hall with my drops.
I still laugh about that. The missus is still in therapy.
She would be in therapy.
Are you going there?
They were great though. Great day.
We don't have to start until after the president.
Oh really? Yeah.
Congratulations to you, Willaston Football Club, for the Reserve Premiers 2021 fight contest. 6-2, 38 to 4-6-30.
Talking about this, you're like talking about his cricket career.
You can start making your way to the front thanks for presentation.
Oh, they're everywhere. That's the first time you stuck it in and I felt it. I'm not hearing much from you. From there.
How you going? It's low. Ready to go.
Sammy, we're all good, mate? All good? Beautiful.
Sounds all good. Indeed, Mike. Yes.
Yes, we're all good here, boys.
The Metro team down here, thanks, down close to us. thanks to City Sun. Congratulations again to Yuri Football Club and Rovers for winning the premiership. So we've got that list with you to award the Jack Lynch the best on ground medal. And the winner of that this year is number 48, Nick Matthews. And Russell Hall is from Willaston. You guys, great start. Second damage, 2 billion. 3 points to the last 3 minutes. Today is the highest you can do. But next stage, that's like suggested today. Alright, so my guys, young bunch of lads, they're coming. You're going to come again. I can tell you now. Alright, thanks very much. Rob. Okay, we'll go through an order. So number 2, Jack Kelly. Number 3, Charlie Nolan. 5, Jason Rodder. 13, Aaron Gupta. 14, Tyson Hillman. 15, Alex Edwards. 18, Matt Solder. 25, Tom Farrell. 27, Brad Fitzy. 29, Aaron Hall. 35, Terence Wilson. 36, Bradley Dolan. 37, Wilson Darlenberg. 38, Sam Smart. 39, Tom Watson. 41, Stuart Spray. 44, Ethan Chapman. 45, Mason Strack. 48, Nick Matthews. 57, Brady Sheridan. 62, Dave Sealy. And finally our captain, number 47, Ryan Sutter. Well done, boys. And last but not least, fantastic to see, Reece Worrell, the coach. I'd really like to thank South Gawler. It's awesome to have 2 clubs of ratings, grade players playing off the Regis Grand Final. You've got plenty of years. You guys have got the next 5 years ahead of you. But for us, about us now, we've got a few old blokes, a few young blokes, a few new ones. And I was definitely big fan in the second quarter. But we got it done. So well done to our guys. Umpires, really cool. Probably got the 200 ball. There's no day without you guys and you're awesome. The association as well done. Becca, she's a magnificent man. She's come over here. But thanks to all the crowd. Have a great day today. We'll see you guys at the campaign. We've got 4 in a row since we went last time, so you haven't been last Thanks, Bruce. So, present the cup. I can get the Bridgerton. So, present the cup and the flag to the coach and the captain.
I'll leave it with you. Thanks, Gordon. See you soon. Just sell.
Get in the board. If you own a Volkswagen and you've lost the key, come and see us over in the over there.
Welcome to the 2021 Barossa Light and Gawler Grand Final, and we're here at Willaston Oval. Magnificent day, hosting what should be a fantastic game between South Gawler, who were top of the ladder most of the year, and the Willaston Football Club, who have come through from 4th spot, won their way through to the Grand Final, and happen to be playing at home. In commentary, I've got Joey Cirillo, the real estate mogul from Ray White Craigmore.
Hello, Mike, and hello all, and thank you, and great to be here at Willaston, seeing a great game hopefully today, Mike.
It should be, and we've also got Craig Dorr. Special comments.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Joe. Happy to be
How
here
are you,
again,
Craig?
boys.
Indeed.
Fantastic, mate. What a great day, isn't it?
Beautiful, beautiful.
The crowd's pumping too, boys.
It's
Geez,
up
a big
there.
crowd.
It's a big one.
Yeah,
It
and
is
the
indeed.
umpires are getting all around you already, Craig.
Absolutely, absolutely. Why wouldn't you? With a
Getting
day
photographs
like
of you already, Craig.
Yeah, absolutely.
They love you out here, mate.
Half time, we got fanfare, we autographs, pictures, the whole works, Mike.
Craig is a member of the BLG umpires panel, does a lot of junior games, does a lot of work for the sport in general. So it's great to have him on board, and we are set for a cracking game, aren't we, fellas?
It's going to be one, gentlemen. Both sides showed it all year. They're league ladder leaders, and they both can do it.
Yep, absolutely. Who's your early tip, boys, for the BAG, best on ground? Here we go.
BOG, I put this in the paper during the week, Josh Waldhuter.
Waldhuter, okay. I'm gonna go with the captain, Tyson Earlham.
Yes, well, I'm hoping that I'm going for Willaston. Fry, if he gets off the leash like last week across half back, he's going to rack up 30 posies. And for South Gawler, a little bit of a personal favourite man crush on me. If South happen to win the game of footy, is Dean Cutting.
He's a
Had
legend.
him at
He's a
Salisbury
gun.
North,
Yes,
And we're all, I know I tipped Willaston. Joe, you're a Willaston boy and you wouldn't do anything else, but you've taken Willaston as well. Is that correct?
Mate, she's a cracker. I reckon. Hopefully, what we could do is it's going to be a kick in it. Let's hope it's a kick in it, because I reckon that's what it's coming up to, boys.
It's going to be
And
a
I think
hard,
there's
tough
going to be a lot of
one.
feeling in the game today. And that old saying of they're going to get it on because they don't get along, I think is really apt for this game. They're very close rivals.
Very true.
They don't like each other. There's going to be a lot of feeling out there.
You just wanted to use that frame, did you, mate? The
I've been waiting to use that.
Joe's been waiting for a couple of weeks to use it,
He's
mate.
done it. Well done, Craig. But
All right, boys.
well done,
National
Mike.
anthem, boys.
Here we go. Hand on
Okay.
heart.
And we've got a magnificent crowd in attendance today, Craig. But also I want to pay respect to a lot of people tuning on the live stream. We've got a lot of FIFO workers, fly in, fly out. This is the only way they can enjoy their local footy when they're at work. And a lot of people stuck interstate with COVID at the moment. They can't get home. So if you're watching this, shout out to you guys. You're doing it tough, but we're here with you.
Yeah, fantastic, boys. Like, I've got a couple of messages this morning saying, what's the link? Because they want to get older and they're at home and are doing whatever. They're doing it tough out there. Even interstate want to get involved because obviously the BLG is a very high standard of footy and they just love grand final day, Joe.
No, that's well said, Craig and Mike. It's high quality football, good country football.
You can see that Shannon Hearn tossed the coin. The
Yes.
great West Coast Eagles.
Yes.
What a coup that is.
Angaston boy.
Angaston boy.
And the best on ground, of course, is the Hearn medal.
Correct. Yes.
In respect for his family and what they've done for BLG football over the years.
Absolutely. So what a down to earth Shannon Hearn. Like,
He's a lovely human being. He's almost a better human being than he is a footballer. But the one thing I do warn you is don't shake his hand unless you're willing to have your hand crushed.
He's a big boy. He's indeed. Where are we going to see the game, won or lost, gentlemen? Where do you think? What can we expect?
I've taken down a few notes here, boys. I mean, obviously 3 rucks for South Gawler, Arnold, Hudson, James against obviously the big fella and Sizer. You know, how are they going to rotate those 3 burgers? I see that Brody Hudson's come to the bench now.
Yes.
Into the ruck goes Arnold. So where does James?
James starts forward early.
Starts forward early. Are they going this way or they got Paddy? Which way are we going here? We are. So Paddy's back. James is back. Given the fact there's not
James
too many...
might be manning up on Hayden Moss, the big backup ruckman from Willaston.
Yep. 2 wingers out here. Connolly, who was so good last week. Now the match-up with Dean Cutting. Let's see who goes to Dean Cutting early. Let's have a look. Fry has got I reckon, a run with... No one there. Let's have a look. No, Charles there. Cutting. Oh, Clark. We kept
Jamie
James
Clark's taking it again. He takes the big jobs. Here we go. The bounce up. Sizer taps out. We're off. 2021 grand final. We'll listen South into attack.
Good deep ball there, right to the pocket. Willaston with a strong mark in defence.
Deacon Davis.
We've got Deacon Davis taking the kick out. Brings it in long for the Donnies. Ball spills out. Collected
clear
by
handball, driving the ball forward.
Burton puts it in.
Burton. And the
Strong
first one to
marking
take
forward.
Jackson Dare.
Steve Burton with an early touch there. He's going to be important today. And Jackson Dare, one of those long-term Lions that's been in this A-grade team forever, a true leader.
He's lining up. Probably about 30, 35 out. Into a bit of a slim breeze now.
Doesn't kick a lot of goals.
Structured up there. Heavily bandaged right knee too, boys. There's a bit of a query going
It's on
in.
its way. Bit of a helicopter and it's
Oh,
stopped
hello.
on the line. It's marked.
Marked.
Marked by Sizer.
Right on the line.
Always good for the ruckman to get back on the line.
Done
Sorry,
his job.
Just a quick one there, boys.
Just a handball off to Ash Fry.
Just the way he kicked that. Obviously
Didn't look good off the boot,
no.
Craig. It didn't look good off the boot, unfortunately.
That right knee.
We've got the captain, Tyson Earlham, taking a great mark on the half-back, looking up. What can he do with it? We've got Mackenzie running for him. He's going down the line, goes long. We've got Housen coming up, but White takes
Paddy
a
White
mark
was
by
the only
himself.
guy who had his eye on that ball.
He'll set him up here. Paddy White.
He won't waste this footy. He's going to be cool and calculating.
Ball comes in short.
Taken by Darcy Judd-Smith.
Just a little bit slow play here, boys.
Just looking to control possession early, the Lions.
We've got
Ball
Fry
spills.
wrapping it up for the Donnies. Gives it out to Earlham. Ball comes to ground. We've got the ball spilled over the
It's like
line
a
now.
free
A
kick.
free given
Might be paid to Willaston.
to Earlham. I think it was a bit late for Earlham. Took a high one late.
Finch just caught one off the back of the play here, boys. I'm just watching him behind the play. You keep calling, and I'll just watch him.
We've got Sizer setting himself. We've got Waldharder coming up, coming out. Elliott takes the ball, looks it in the centre, brings it down for the Donnies. Housen punched away from Mickey Housen, out of bounds. Massive punch.
Goes completely out of the area.
So pretty much the matchups are pretty much the same, boys, as I predicted before the game with my little size that I've got on here. So everything's sort of gone. I'm just trying to match up here. Sammy Walton, who's he gone to? Because he's targeted a few blokes in the last couple of weeks.
Mossy gives the spill out to Petrohalis, puts it on the boot, but kicks it out in the fall, unfortunately.
Watch the replay tonight, Tyson.
Looks like White will be bringing it in for South.
Sammy Walton's forward. I'm just trying to find out where the matchup is for him.
He might be on White, I reckon, Craig.
I'll just keep an eye on that. You boys keep calling, and I'll just keep an eye on it. Yep.
Okay, the ball spilled over. Boundary throw in. Half forward for Willaston.
Yeah, definitely Walton's gone to White.
He's on him, yeah.
Yep.
Comes out to Elbro. Bit of a smother kick. Comes out to South. Bringing it through the centre.
Arnold kicks it forward.
And marked well by Sean Childs. Takes it across to the wing. Good mark by Elbro again. Puts it in. Chopped off by South. Ball comes to Spills on the floor. It's wrapped up. Bodies. Probably about 40 out from Willaston's goal. Got Moss going up for the Donnybrooks. A punch out from South. We've got Rigney coming onto his left, putting it up for Waldhutter. Josh Waldhutter. Josh can kick a
with
ball.
A big mark in the forward 50. Starting to have a presence early in the game.
Big presence. Big man. Big kick.
Does like kicking goals to this end of the field. We've seen him do it quite a few times.
He's got the breeze in his back as well, Mike, so I don't think distance will be a problem. Josh Waldhutter lining up, coming in. Kicks on its way. And he's pushed it off to the side for a behind.
Didn't look comfortable off the boot.
Massive crowd here today, fellas. It's looking really, really good.
And there's still more people coming in the gates, I see. Definitely, this is a true reflection of how important BLG footy is to the community.
Whitmore plays on now from South Gawler, kicks out high, out of defensive 50, looking for Judd Smith. No, Golding couldn't take the grab. The ball's in dispute. Judd Smith kicks it forward, looking for Bain. Bain's not there. Paddy White versus Walton. Walton
with a great tackle.
He's got him for too high.
Oh. Just looking at that replay now.
Yellow card, boys. Yellow card.
What?
Yellow card.
For?
That. Have a look at the replay. After the game, they've gone Walton with the sling tackle.
Yeah,
after
well, the
Paddy
was
White.
talking to White, so I think White's come off.
White's come off. Yellow card. So something.
Bit of retaliation there.
Inside 50 now.
Waldhutter goes up for a ball, comes to Spill. Petrohalis. Elliott comes through, bashing, crashing through, wrapped up.
But Walton looked pretty
Groggy.
sore after that.
Groggy, yeah. Something might have happened we didn't see, gentlemen. Moss going for it. Comes out. All wrapped up. Walton. He's been given holding the ball.
The Lions clearing now.
There's a little bit off the footy going
Pisani
on
gives
there,
it
boys.
off.
There's-
Bit of
Looking
a
for
foot
Chris
race.
James. He's given him a task and it's gone out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
In front of the old faithful Donny supporters.
That's the Brandon Noddle pocket.
Matt Connell and Brandon Noddle and Sword and all the locals for the Donnybrooks.
They'll be in full voice over there, boys, today, will they?
Yeah, they will be, and drinking.
Absolutely.
South coming through the contest now with a clearing kick.
Still the scoreboard reads Willaston 1 point, South 1, and haven't scored yet. And yes, it's a tight tussle, boys.
And ball up on the South Gawler half-forward flank. Sorry, South Gawler half-back flank.
Bodies all around
And
again.
another
wrapped
repeat
up.
ball up. Craig Dawes' favourite.
Well, hopefully it's not as many as last
As
week,
last
boys.
week, 17 in the first quarter, 18 in the second quarter, Craig. I remember your stats.
And with another strong tackle. We will have a repeat ball up.
It's amazing, you know, we talk about structures and we talk about ball ups and the contested footy. I mean,
South with a tap there. Little tap over the head from the South player. He's brought
Wrapped
down
up,
in a
good
fierce
tackle.
Free kick paid, was a little bit high. South looking to move the ball forward to centre now. Chipping it sideways.
Comes out to Pearson in the
Finding
centre.
Josh Pearson in the middle.
Goes back the way he came from.
Just looking to find a crack in Willaston's defence.
a lot of numbers behind the
Goes
footy
long
boys.
down the line.
Punched away.
Here he is,
Comes
deep
to
cutting.
Spill.
Here he is.
Big bounce. Tried to
All
sell some
wrapped up.
candy.
Great tackle. Hit a
Got
wall.
tackled. Lucky
Pushed
not to be done
over.
holding the ball.
I think he's been
Actually
given
has
holding
been
the ball.
paid. That's a good call from the umpire. He took the game on.
Great tackle.
Sorry.
Good decision by Ray Hickenbottom.
And the ball spilled over again for another boundary throw in.
Obviously Moss coming off for a spell. On comes Godfrey. So there's a mismatch obviously now with James. Does James come off the ground now?
Eight minutes into the first quarter.
Got Chris James pushing down into the forward line now.
Comes
sitting
to
at centre half
Cormac.
forward.
Cormac spots Isaiah McKenzie by himself on the wing. Brings it into Josh Waldhutter. Josh Marks. Pass it off to Cormac again. Puts it off to Connolly. Connolly's at centre half forward. What can he do?
He's looking for a target. It's too far out to score.
They're running and flooding back for him. Options.
Oh, he had Wallhutter there. And
He's
just
Waldhutter is still an option.
I think Adam might have a shot. He's got the breeze behind him. He's a good leg. He'll be kicking from 50.
I think he might be asking a little bit much of himself.
Did he eat his spinach this morning? Let's have a look. Ball's on its way.
Very flat looking kick, but it's gone through at a decent pace.
He did make the distance, Mike, but not the accuracy, unfortunately.
Probably just asking a little bit much early in the game. Well, that takes Willaston to 2 points on the Grant Burge-Wine scoreboard, letting South Gawler yet to score.
press now. He's got the kick-out duties. It's either him or Whitworth that take out the kick-out duties. He plays on now. As you do that last 15.
Ooh.
That's
Out on
unlike
the
press.
Out on the full.
That's unlike
Probably
press.
58 metres
Bit of the
from
grand
goal.
final jitters, I think, there, Craig.
Connolly brings it
Connolly
in.
brings it in. He's looking for
Goes tight
Tyson
into the
Earlham.
pocket,
Great leg.
finds Earlham.
Good mark. The captain can take a shot at goal from here.
He is probably 35 metres from goal on a really tight angle.
Looks like he's lining up.
Captain's taking the responsibility now.
He's already had 3 possessions and kicks, and he's into it. Come on, Tyson.
If you're a Willaston supporter, you want to see your captain take this.
Indeed. Oh, he's bottled it. He's goaled it.
He's got it.
That is
Captain's goal for Tyson Earlham.
You couldn't say it better. Captain's goal. He took the responsibility and said, I'm not going to pass this. I'm the captain. I'm going to lead my team.
I did say I wanted Tyson Earlham to get BLG today, so he's on to a good one already, Tyson. So keep on going, son. Keep on going, mate.
I don't want to know how much money you've got riding on that, Joe.
Well, there's a couple of zeros in there, mate.
Probably defensively, they, just went, head high, and no one there to touch the ball. So that would kill Chappie, Gavin
Well,
Chapman.
you saw early in the game, Kurt Sizer got back on the goal line, took a mark, prevented a score. South Gawler failing to do that.
And we've got the scoreboard. Willaston 1 goal 2 to South Gawler yet to score. Ball comes to ground, another ruck.
Out on the South Gawler half forward line, on the outer side. Willaston Oval looking fantastic today. Beautiful sunshine.
Ball comes to ground, spills out of the bunch. We've got South grabbing,
Lockie Elliott
spoiled.
just run over running the ball there.
Michael Clinch uses the body very
that
well.
is fantastic.
Showed
use
his
of your bigger
experience.
body. His reading of the ball back
Looking
there
for
is gonna be huge
Waldhutter.
today.
Josh Yahop, ball punched away
Pearson did well there.
by Filkey.
Off to Filkey.
Fry coming in, puts it onto the boot, but finds Golding against the breeze, 55 out. Puts it on its way,
Cutting got his
for
hands
cutting.
on.
punched away, ball comes to Spill. We've got Childs coming across and pushes it right over. Can't see who that. I think it might have been Rigney. South come away with it. Look up, find.
Press now inside 50. Doesn't quite strike it well. There's Sizer
Willaston
again.
holding up on the line.
Sizer doing a lot of work in defence.
Well done, Kurt Sizer. Sizer played a great game last week against Newry in the ruck. Really showed what a class ruckman he is.
I'm just not sure if South pushing their rucks into the forward line might tire him out a bit early. Might be a plan.
Kick away. Elliott jumping on it from the Donnybrooks, wrapping it up.
So we'll have a ball up almost at centre half forward for South Gawler. But yes, keep an eye on that, guys. Kurt Sizer, I think, being worked over by the South ruckman.
Push
doing a
away
lot of work
to
in the back 30.
Zach East.
Zach East will be taking the free kick, pushed out of the contest. He's pointing up. He's looking long.
The beast from the east.
Puts it in long. Puts it to space. We've got South running onto it, but it will dribble over the line, and it will be a boundary throw-in again.
It beats Bailey's over out of bounds. Both teams, just an observation here, boys, both teams heavily rotating here.
They've already started, and that's what we're saying, Craig, 30-minute mark. We've already seen several changes from both sides. We've got the big Moss coming for the Willaston Donnybrooks out onto the oval. Come on, Hayden. Luke Godfrey setting himself and takes a great mark.
And is within range.
Luke, we'll be able to kick this. Godfrey's got a good leg.
Probably just
40
on,
out.
He'll be kicking from 45.
At least. Probably directly in front, I would say, Craig. No accuracy to worry about here.
The issue, he's got a slight breeze behind his back. It's all about the accuracy.
Back him in there, Joe.
I will, actually. Luke is a decent, good leg, and I believe he can do it today. And he's done it. And he's done it. Thank you, Craig. Well done, Luke Godfrey. Another one for the Donnybrooks. They're off to 2 goals, 2. South yet to score.
On the Grant Burge Wine scoreboard, Willaston making a real dent early. South Gawler yet to trouble the scorers.
Yeah, they've gone inside 50 probably 6 times, and each time 5 out of the 6 they haven't hit a target connections inside 50. So there's a huge one. Whereas Willaston have actually kicked 2 goals from connections inside 50.
Wow. So early days, they're breaking it down, bit up forward, you'd say, Craig, South.
Yeah, they're struggling to take a mark inside their 50 at the moment.
Not as composed. Ball be coming back. Benison in the centre, looking
Bailey's
to drive it
open.
long.
Henry going short now. Finds a player in cutting. Sorry, Golding. Going sideways.
That was Burton, 19, Burton.
South, no real direction going forward. A lot of chipping.
A lot of pressure out there.
Paddy White back on the ground, boys, after his 10-minute little
spell.
Indiscretion.
It's just a rest. I'm looking forward to seeing that replay after the game.
Where's Sam Walton? He'll be looking for him straight away.
Comes out to East again. Puts it onto the foot.
There he is.
They push it forward. But again, White for
Paddy
South
White.
collects, kicks back, and the ball comes over about centre wing.
And we'll have a boundary throw in on the outer wing.
No on Paddy White. He'll be dirty on himself too.
He will be filthy on that because he prides himself on his professionalism, but Sam Walton will be reminding him of that. Sam's fairly persistent.
He's on the interchange here, boys. I'm just looking down at the boundary. He's on the interchange. Paddy White's gone out, and they're trying to get someone off so Sammy can go back to Paddy White.
We've got it in Newry's 50. South bring it out still.
South now looking to clear their back half.
Whitwer looking to give it off.
Whitwer under pressure, plays on, goes long.
Good punch away from Childs.
South player takes the ball, wrapped
Gathered,
up, but gets the
tackled.
ball out.
Not 10. Play on. Ball wrapped up. Ball comes out again into the Josh Waldharder. Chest mark.
Just in front.
Quick
ball
kick
landed
in.
the right area.
Oh, we've got a Donnybrook down. All the players are pointing and waving. Hope it's nothing serious. I think it might be Terrell Rigney.
Just have a
No,
look at the
it's not
replay, boys.
Rigney.
Let's have a look at the replay, boys.
Back on the replay.
Josh Walhutter's second shot on goal, boys. Second mark inside 50.
He's presented well.
Here's Sammy Walton. He's back on the ground. Straight to White. Have a look at this. Paddy. He's straight to Paddy.
He's got his job for him today, Sam. Well done, Josh Walhutter.
As we see a Willaston player being helped from the field now.
I think he's goaled it. He's goaled it. Well done, Josh Walhutter.
Another goal for the Donnybrooks. So we see the player coming off.
Jamie Clark for the Donnybrooks coming off. Looks
That's
a
big
bit
off
sore.
for the Donnybrooks.
But so's Dean Cutting. He's a direct opponent. Obviously for a rest. I'll keep an eye on it, boys. Just
looks a bit sore, Jamie Clark. He's a tough lad. He should be back. I think that was Connolly getting on. I think Connolly got onto the boot quick to Waldharter. Waldharter chest marks, 40 out. And the quality play here is he bottled it. It's Willaston 3 goals, 2. South yet to score.
And Waldherter staying forward, presenting as a big target.
We've got Tyson kicking it off the ground. Tyson Earlham for Willaston. Pushes it up forward. Wrapped up. Connolly on the bottom, on fours. Comes up with it. Gets a boot to it.
Not 10.
Not 10. Play on. Wrapped up.
Ooh,
good
big
tackling.
Hard tackle. But Waldherter starting forward, staying forward. Not trying to push the ball out of the middle as he normally does. He's the big, strong, physical target up forward.
It's almost a play for them, isn't it? Walhutter starts in the middle, drifts forward, and then another on ball
It's a
from
great
the half forward
mismatch.
goes on. Oh, absolutely. Why wouldn't you use a weapon like him?
Exactly right. But he can definitely play up forward like a full forward. Josh Walden's got that ability, Craig, to be that focal point, ball player, midfield.
50.
Mike, how do you see the game so far, buddy?
I'm seeing a lot of physical tackling. Neither team's been able to get the ball out in the open and do what they want to do. But Willaston just able to shank the rough stuff forward, and their players are playing in front and getting their rewards.
Good tackle, Luke Godfrey.
Take 2 marks just from being in front when the ball's been kicked from the pack.
Well, natural forward's always going to read it better
Sizer
than
with the
defender.
tap to Petrohalis, puts it on his boot, puts it into centre half forward for Willaston. Ball off hands, comes to spill for South. Judd Smith kicked it in for South, but finds its way across the boundary line.
So obviously Judd Smith in for Kane Officer.
Yes.
So it's the 2 brothers for South. So obviously we've got Darcy and then we've got Brock. Judd Smith, good family, and great to see him out here. Big Paddy over the top.
White punching it over.
Good defensive spoil over the boundary. Reset, restructure.
And
White and
really
Walton are
getting
really
into
onto
Sammy
it
Walton.
today.
He's playing on the edge.
That's what we want to see at the footy.
There's a lot going on between the 2 of them.
20-minute mark of the first quarter. Willaston up by 20 points. Ball comes out for South. They run along the boundary line, but a bit too close to the boundary line, and it has spilled over.
Just a little note for you boys. In the first semi when Walton went to Heyman, Darcy Heyman at Tanunda, there's a little bit of discussion at umpires training about watching out.
But the thing is, Walton at the moment, he's very physical, but he's playing within the bounds of the game.
Sammy will push the boundaries,
It's
will push
Paddy
the
White
buttons.
that's gone across the boundary so far.
Yeah, you can't just give a free kick
good mark, Luke
just for the
Godfrey.
sake of someone bumping
Zakis.
somebody. That's just ridiculous.
Correct. Oh, what's happened here?
South Gawler now moving the ball through the middle of the ground, going deep.
Still no connections for South Gawler inside 50.
Comes
Ball
out to
now
Sizer.
scrambling.
Gives it off to Cormac.
Long
Mongrels it.
torpedo
Big
forward.
torpedo. Comes out. We've got Connolly's putting his head over it, pushing it along. South get the ball. But it will be a free kick to Harry Elbro. Too high.
The male medalist from a week ago. 2
Harry
weeks
Elbro
ago.
pumps it in long, looking for Mackenzie. Punched away by South. Wrapped up by Housen to Petrohalis. I think. And it's a goal. Petrohalis has goal for Willaston.
And that's a great connection up forward. Housen and Petrohalis are their 2 go-to guys in the forward.
I think Housen laid the tackle, was going to get the free kick, but they played it on and gave him the goal still. Well done, Oliver Petrohalis. First goal for Ollie.
84 goals between the 2 of them now for the season.
They can spread it round there, Mike. They definitely got their sights in. They know where the sticks are.
I think Ollie would love to grab a big bag today just to get ahead of Mickey.
I think they might have a bit of rivalry.
South dropping a number back, boys. South dropping a number.
Mickey Howson before the game, and he was really looking confident.
Yep, no, they have been.
Bursting out of the middle now, South.
Oh, strong mark, Luke Godfrey.
Jackson Press, one of the real prime movers for the Lions, but chopped off there.
Godfrey kicks it off to centre wing. Ball was running towards the line, and it will dribble over for another throw.
Just a little side note there, boys. Whitwer just dropped back into the defence for South as a +1. So we're getting into red time.
23-minute mark, Craig. I was just going to say that. They don't want to probably leak another one or two.
Well, definitely with 4-2, 26 to no score South. He probably wouldn't want to leak one at this stage. You go in at quarter time very happy.
You'd love to score before.
Andrew Jarman would be pleased with the troops if they can keep this up for the first quarter and throughout the game. I think Chaplin will have a bit to say to his players.
Most of the play on the outer side so far. The wind just pushing across the ground here at Willaston.
Isaiah McKenzie with skill, with class, with coolness. Gives it off to Elbro. Ball was part smothered. Comes back out, marked by South. Switches it.
Bailey Zobel now. Bailey Zobel's got man on free here. Clinch is going to come over the top.
Michael
Bang!
Clinch does the punch, puts it in forward for Rigney. Terrell Rigney gives the hands off to Harry Elbro. Back to Rigney.
That's
Rigney looks up.
Play. Rigney with a little
On his
low
left.
shank kick.
Came out to Zobel and he took it over the line for Gawler South.
But great connection from Elbrow and Rigney there. Rigney is a real X factor in today's game.
He's a star. Ball's coming in. Throw-in's coming in. Ball hits the floor. No ruckman gets to it. We've got McKenzie running on but leaves it behind, and we had Burton kicking it away for South. Big punch away from Godfrey. Out to Connolly.
Here. Important ball. 1-on-1.
Adam Connolly comes on the ball, gets wrapped up, holds it up. Holds it all up, gives the hands away still. South come out with it.
Connolly.
He done well. He held it up. They've dribbled it over for the another boundary throw in.
Just important in that 1-on-1 is just to make a ball up. Just Willaston scored it out to the advantage of South Gawler. Just hold it up.
Hold it up. You have to hold it in. Don't give him
Force
no.
the ball up and then reach.
Connolly's a young footballer. He's probably in the third 10 of this team. He's probably one of the lower ranked players if you were to rank them on paper, and he's shown the last 2 weeks that he can stand up and be counted.
Oh, he's definitely a quality player. With age and experience, only get better and better. Very fit young man, can keep running all day, and great skills.
Definitely his second half last week was superb.
He ripped him in last week, had a rack of possessions, Adam Connolly last week in the second half.
Especially the second half, yeah, absolutely, Joe.
I think some of the Newry players probably had nightmares.
Here he is now,
him.
Connolly gives a call out to Cormac. Cormac running straight, hand passes it over to Isaiah McKenzie.
Left footer.
Brings it into Michael Hausen. Michael, what are you going to do? He sits, props, stops, ball comes to spill. Rigney looks up, takes it in forward to Hayden Moss. Punched away from Moss, out to McKenzie. McKenzie's putting it on. He is goaled it. Isaiah McKenzie for the Willaston Donnybrooks has goaled another one in the first quarter.
And we saw two key area contests there where the Willaston player was happy to bring the ball to ground in front of him so a teammate was advantaged.
All
really
about the
wasn't
team, Mike.
looking to take the mark. They knew exactly what they had to do.
Yeah, no, it's all about the team.
I think that's a hallmark of what I've seen of them this year. Andrew Jarman's really transformed this Donnybrook outfit, and roving to the front of the contest is huge.
I was talking to Damien Herzik this morning, and talking about, it was a tradition of that they haven't got a key forward that they go to, but they've got to learn the game plan of where the ball needs to go just to an area.
And so we see a ball up now. South Gawler looking to clear the ball out, but wrapped up again.
5 goals, 232 to South, yet to score.
Yes, the Grant Bergewine scoreboard looking really sad for South
There's
Gawler
O'Siren.
as the siren goes. That's 1 quarter gone in the 2021 Grand Final, boys. How are we seeing it?
Wow. Well, one probably wouldn't have expected Willaston to be up by 5 goals at the end of the first quarter.
Craig, what are we looking at stats-wise?
Well, I think the key thing for me here, Mike, is that their inside 50 efficiency. for South Gawler. They've gone inside. They've gone inside 8 times, and 7 of them with no connections.
Wow.
And South Gawler have gone inside. Willaston have gone inside 13 times, and 3 of them have come from marks and goals. And that's the crucial thing inside 50 efficiency, boys.
It's all about the delivery as well, Craig. I think the way it comes in.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's funny enough, the centre square, the advantage of the centre square is 4-2 in South. So South are getting out of the middle, and Willaston have been defending really well. Cormac's been terrific across half back.
Started off well.
3 or 4 rebound defensive marks and rebounds. He's been fantastic. It's not Fry now. It's Cormac.
Correct.
And South are sort of, they get it to here, across half back, and they just find that struggle inside 50 and find those connections.
What I've noticed is that running in support, the number of times a Willaston player has taken the ball on a rebound or a mark and been able to handball off to a player running past is repeated, and South Gawler, we haven't seen any of it yet. And that's what we need to see at this time of the season.
I could just see a couple of discussions there with East, Walton and that Elliott. I can probably just sense that their role inside Willaston's 50 is actually a defensive role and go to the best defender for South. So they're actually communicating amongst themselves that we don't allow a Whitwer or a White to get free and rebound the footy, and I reckon they've done an exceptional job.
Communication, and that's, I think, what Willaston are doing better than South at the moment. They are units within a unit, and they are communicating well.
Absolutely. So the goal scorers is Earlham 1, Petra Hollis 1, Godfrey 1, Walhuda 1, and Mackenzie 1. So 5 goals to zip in the first quarter.
Really tough start for the Lions. Where do they come back from here? What do they need to change?
I just think sense is just actually, once again, is the inside 50 efficiency. You can go inside 50, and that's a measured KPI, but there's no use going in 10 times when you turn the footy over 9 times. That's exactly what they did there. There's 8 inside 50s, and they missed the target 7 times.
Yes. But we saw Brodie Hudson start on the bench. They didn't have that big target in attack, which is often what they do. Perhaps that's something that they need to do just to put Willaston off balance.
Probably just the key of the 3 big boys, James, Arnold, and Hudson. To be honest, is that one too many?
It could be, but we've seen that not getting back on the line as a ruckman should. Even if you've only got 1 ruckman in the team, their job is to push back and get on the line when there's a shot on goal.
Sizer did it
Kurt
once.
Sizer did it, took a mark, prevented a score. That's why South Gawler have been clean sheeted. And that's what South Gawler's ruckman, the 3 of them, have not done. As a coach, you'd be filthy.
Yeah, just looking at Gavin Chaplin just there, just barking instructions to the South Gawler. Trying to get their message across, trying to get their game plan across, trying to get everything across.
But he can only communicate so much from here. But Gavin Chaplin can communicate to them as much as he wants. They need to communicate to each other on the field. Willaston, there seems to be a synergy and a communication that South Gawler just don't have. The communication between the back 6 of Willaston is superb. It has been for definitely the last 2/3 of the season, and they are showing exactly why they are one of the best teams going around.
Sorry, Mike, I was just sort of the crowd.
Interacting with the crowd. They love you.
You
are a celebrity.
Once again, they just want to have a chin wag to me.
Anyone think you're a good bloke?
They got that wrong, haven't they, Mike?
But yes, I'm just saying that the communication is the biggest problem for South at the moment. They are not communicating on the field.
Here we go, second quarter. Bit of an even tap. We've got Willaston bringing it into their forward line. We've got Connolly finding someone, and we've punched away from Housen. Ball comes
Housen
out to
going
Spill.
down, looks
Comes
like
out to
his
Sizer to
hand
Mackenzie.
injury.
Sells a dummy, gets it onto his left. And
Might be
Waldhatter
dislocated
goes up
finger
for it,
Housen.
comes to Spill, to Rigney, hands off. And
Waldhatter.
straight to, and that's the goal Willaston wanted. Who was that? Was that,
Josh Woodall?
it was Waldhatter.
Yep.
Waldhatter with a big impact early, but Housen went down with what looked like a finger injury.
Keep an eye on that, boys.
Still in the hands of the trainers. This is big for Willaston.
Nah, you'd be right.
He's tough as nails,
He'd be
but
right.
he didn't look good as soon as he came down. The hand was definitely bothering him.
That's something that South didn't want, didn't it? Hey, first goal, Willaston.
That would have been one of their first things that they wanted to hit back early in the second quarter, make a statement. At this stage, the Grant Burge Wine scoreboard, Willaston 6-2, 38. South Gawler 0-0-0.
South get the kick out back to Conley, gives it out to Clinch. Clinch puts it on the boot. Down to Elbro. Elbro marks, looks up, takes his time.
Nothing yet. Conley's running hard.
We got Waldhutter setting.
Use
One
the body,
hand
got
up.
one
Conley
hand.
comes straight through again. Puts it off quick to Petrohalis, and he marks it. He's paid the mark to Oliver Petrohalis.
It's work rate. Conley is showing every other player on the field what is required to win a grand final.
Adam Conley, you are a star.
And it's as simple as that. It's not about who's the better player, it's who's working harder.
Who's working harder? Who wants it more?
Craig, you've coached a lot of football over the years. Work rate beats skill every day, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Work ethic and strong will. Absolutely, Mike. You got that spot on there, mate. Lockie Arnold just coming off the ground, and Brody Hudson comes onto the ground now very early in the second quarter. They sense a momentum shift here, eh?
Petrohalis comes in directly in front, and he has put it straight through with a helicopter. That's the start that Donny Brooks want.
The Greek helicopter.
The Greek Souvlaki. Well done, Oliver Petrohalis.
A little bit of a story about Petrohalis. Like he played the first two games at Butte, and then they went into COVID, and then ended up out here.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there you go. A little bit of trivia for you.
We
Joe.
don't mind him out here, Craig. We love him here. He's a great lad and a great footballer.
But yes, 2 early goals for Willaston. Real warning
Against
signs
the
for
breeze,
Lions.
Mike, as well.
Ball up again.
Sizer gets the tap out to Rigney. Rigney pumps it in, looking for Petrohalis again. Ball bounces. South's under pressure.
Good smother, Hausen.
Ball comes out. No, all wrapped up.
Desperation from the Donnybrooks to keep the ball in their forward line at all costs. Those 3 defensive forwards that we were talking about, they look like they're doing a great job and making sure that the ball doesn't leak out.
Good tackle by Elliott. Good forward pressure by the Donnybrooks to have the ball locked up in the forward line.
Something I'm really big on, Mike, is that actually opposition analysis and knowing who they go to. And at the moment, I think Giles has he's identified who their rebound 50 for South Gawler is, and they've gone to Walton East and Nat Godfrey, and they've done a great job. Even Elliott.
I think the guy
He's
that
done his
doesn't
homework.
get a lot of credit is Damien Hertzig, who's on the sideline with Jars.
No, don't give Damien any credit,
I'm
mate.
sorry,
he's
but
he's a great mate of mine.
He may be,
but-
and he and I have been at odds over the years at times, but he knows BLG footy. He's a premiership coach in his own
Well,
right.
even during the week, he
And
had a lot to say, and his input was always good. He knows his football. A lot of people listen to him, and he's been there before.
Assistant coaches are often undervalued in local footy, and I think that they often do have a huge impact.
Indeed. South work it out, bring it out to centre wing, on the boot.
Looking for
We've
the
got
big fella.
Davis in a foot race. Go Deacon Davis.
I'll
He's
back
pushing.
cutting here. I'll back cutting.
Davis went to ground.
Cutting gave him a bit of a heave-ho, but ball
Bounce,
spills
a
out.
loaded Cutting.
Jamie Clark's back out, looking better.
Just talking about Damien Herzig, mate, fantastic. Like, he took Gawler Central's, my home club, to 4 grand finals, only won the 1, but to
Yes.
get to 4 grand finals
That's
in
an
a row,
achievement.
absolutely.
And
So,
that's
well,
why I wanted to pay him some respect, because he and I haven't always gotten along, as you know.
Well, now's the day. Today's the day then.
we always
South Gawler
show.
with a real
Pressure
push
tackled.
through.
We got Terrell Rigney coming out with it.
Jeez,
Takes us a bounce. He's showing his pace, his flair. Turns around, pivots, looking,
Sells
takes
some
it
candy.
on.
How can that be too? Oh,
He didn't.
That is an atrocious call.
That's
I'm
a
sorry.
woeful call. I think you've got to go more than 10 metres with a
going round in
bounce.
circles. He's going
Yeah,
round
he
in
was in
circles.
circles. He didn't move any distance, and
I think we can nail it already. That's the worst call of the day.
Bailey Zabel kicks it inside 50, but yeah.
we've got
once
Willaston
again,
all behind.
it's
Cormac to Elbro. Elbro brings it out. You've got to go Connells. Adam Connolly coming in, wrapping it up. Same with the Lockie Elliott.
He's been impressive, Connolly, early, hasn't he?
He has been very impressive, Adam Connolly.
Ray Higginbottom coming in with the ball up in his first A-grade grand final. Good reward for
dropping
a man
the
who's
ball.
been umpiring for a few years.
Here's Elliott now.
We've got
the
Elliott
defensive
for the
foot-
Donnybrooks. Gives it a trickle kick to Hayden Moss. Hayden with body and strength off to Mackenzie. Back to Elliott. Elliott gathers, looks up.
How good does he look with that mullet?
Put it to
floating
the
in
end to
wind?
Walton. Walton with a finger tipper. Out to White. Brings it through the centre. Oh, chopped off by Rigney. Terrell Rigney puts it on. Gives it to Oliver Petrohalis. No.
That's a goal.
It's another goal. Another goal to the Donnybrooks. You've got to say this, and but coming out from defence, I don't think White's kick was onto it, to the centre, just lobbed it up for an easy picking, and we saw what Terrell Rigney did with it, and they pumped it in long, and another goal. 8 goals, 250 to South Gawler, yet to score.
They are shell-shocked, boys.
You'd have to say, I think, Craig, I think you're right.
Craig, I'm a Port Adelaide supporter, and last Saturday night I was embarrassed. I think the South Gawler fans feel worse than that right now.
I think you're right there, Mike.
And I feel bad for them because I know how bad it was.
We've
But
got
this
Earlham
is
giving it out to Connolly.
embarrassing in the grand final.
Connolly pivots, dances to Mackenzie. Mackenzie puts it in. Hits the floor. We've got the Donnies coming out again. We've got Petrohalis kicking his third.
That's his fourth.
He's fourth.
That's his fourth.
He
Oliver
is-
Petrohalis is on fire.
Petrohalis is coming for Mickey Howson's goal kicking award.
He has kicked 4.
Pre-game, Mick Howson 44, Petrohalis 39. He wants the leading goal kicker.
We don't mind if they have a shootout, Mike. We don't mind.
Take a photo of the scoreboard, boys.
We will have to.
9-2.
We've got to take a photo of that. That is just
9-2.
incredible. No
And
one would have seen this.
If you're at home
No.
streaming this game, yes, that is the score on the Grant Burge Wine scoreboard. 9 goal 2, 56 to Duck Eggs.
Mike, Craig, if you were Gavin Chaplin, what would you be saying and what would you be feeling right now?
20 years ago, it would be knuckle. But now it's all about football. He's got to find a solution.
He's got to find a solution, whereas this game will be over by half time.
Cutting now goes inside. Whitworth's his rare
Whitworth
occasion.
got in front, was in the right spot at the right time. And this will be the first score for the Lions. Josh Whitworth, superb footballer, hasn't had an impact in the game at all so far.
Hence why he would have started back, got the defensive role. Now they're trying to utilise him fully.
Well, they need to try and win the game now, not save it. And the opening goal for the Lions
He's put it through.
means they're only 50 points down.
8-minute mark of the second quarter to score their first goal.
Their first score.
First
at all.
score. Correct, Mike.
Well, we just want to, not the margin. What was it last time they played, boys? That there was, they kicked the last 6 to win the game. So
South
It
did.
was 1 point
yes,
last time.
yeah, last time. So you never say never, boys.
No.
That's one they definitely needed. That's a big call, I know, but
You never know, Craig. You never know. But they've made it hard for themselves.
absolutely. Sizer now v Hudson now. Hudson spent a lot of time in the middle now.
Mackenzie, Harrison Mackenzie picks up, kicks on his left to Zach East. Zach, you've got to grab it. Bad bounce from in the back. You would have to say,
Asked a
all
lot of the
wrapped
big
up.
man. The beast from the east just had to get down low there.
All wrapped up.
Should have taken it cleanly, and he was away. Once again, another stacks on the mill and a ball up. Ryan Prentice. Him, Hudson Nowak, and Ray Higginbottom, the man in charge now. And Hudson just
Big
stumps it
punch
forward.
away.
Here's
Cormac
Cormac.
coming through the centre. Puts it onto the boot. Spirals it into 50.
It's all proactive from Willaston, as you can note.
It feels it and it looks at Mike.
They're the
Here's
ones
a
that-
Here we go.
Boys,
Mickey Howson
forward.
coming into an open goal. No, ball coming back.
Free kick. Held on to him too long.
How's going to be filthy?
Had it in front of him.
South clearing their back 50 now.
Michael Clinch goes for a fly. Ball comes out. Comes over the line.
Here comes Cormac running off for a well-earned break. He's been fantastic.
Brody
in this
Cormac's
first
played
He's
a
been
great
sensational.
game
He's
so
been a
far.
rock in defence.
half. So Matty Brooks comes on.
Matthew
Matty
Brooks, a veteran.
true veteran of the Willaston Footy Club. Got to be close to the end for him. Going out on a high today would be his ideal scenario, you'd think.
Sensational for him, it would be.
As I explained in the prelim, boys, I reckon I umpired the reserves, Willaston and Freeling, last minor round. He reckons he popped his ACL. That was all over Red Rover. And Lazarus, he's come back.
He's back out
They
there.
must have
He
got the
did.
juice in there.
I don't know what we gave him that night, but that week, but he's back out. But his endeavour has done him
He's
well.
a tradie and they can fix anything.
He's tough. Ball kicked away by South, but it will dribble over the line for another boundary throw-in.
Now James has gone into the ruck now. Hudson's gone forward. Charles has got him. And they've gone Lockie Arnold forward too. So they've gone the two big boys, Hudson and Lockie Arnold, inside their forward 50. I think that's the right mix.
Hands away by East. South coming away with it. Hand pass it into the centre. Gets a kick away. Into forward 50 for South, but all wrapped up.
I'm not sure Arnold's really a natural forward. He's a young ruckman who's got a great leap but doesn't have any craft as yet.
McKenzie gets the kick away for the Donny Brooks. It's a foot race.
Godfrey's
Luke
gotta
Godfrey's
go.
got to run. 1 against 2. Good body.
Got to give, got to give. Oh, he's missed
We've got numbers there, and the ball. Thought the ball did come out, and it will be kicked out of bounds on the full.
Jaden Gurney with a golden opportunity there, but just killed the ball too much.
Willaston 9-2, 56. South Gawler 1 straight.
I think that's a footprint of South Gawler in the first half. 3v1 here on the outside 50 and couldn't find a connection inside.
Couldn't get a connection.
Absolutely.
A breakdown.
Yep.
Craig, you're right. And I think it's reflective as well.
Is
We've got
it
Clinch
composure?
gathering. Clinch taking a bounce on the wing, running it down, looking up, puts it in long. And the ball will go out for another boundary throw in.
Craig, do you think part of that is composure? Willaston having played last
Well, they
week
look more composed.
for 2/3 of the game, it was quite a tight game.
Is it composure or is it skill level, really? Are they under that perceived pressure that they think they're under? Because Willaston are throwing them at it. They just got to grab some composure, get the footy back on their terms, and just
South look like they're just under pressure as soon as they look at trying to grab the footy.
absolutely, absolutely, and that's they're panicking with the footy.
Yep.
Walhott is coming
And
off
Paddy
now.
White now looking to clear the footy.
Here's a
Comes
big
out to
point,
the
boys.
side.
Josh Wardhood is just coming through the centre square here. Looks to be a left
Bailey's
hip.
Oval
No.
coming forward.
Lovely mark by
Misses
Matthew
the
Brooks.
target and straight to a Willaston player.
Matthew Brooks will look to bring it in long for Willaston. And he goes.
Goes to
Goes to-
space.
50-50
That's not a
ball.
bad result for the Willaston. I think they'd take that.
Josh
Takes it over the line.
Josh Walherd, the boys coming off, probably copped a corky in the hip. Might have to get a little bit of work done there, I reckon, boys.
He looks
2
a
minutes and he'll be fine.
He looks a bit sus, poor Josh. Ball comes in. East gathers. And he'll grab a free kick. Too high, I think, to Zach East, yes. Ball comes back to East. He's probably about 55 out from goal.
He'll drive it right into the teeth of Willaston's forward line.
Puts it in long. Players go right. We've got McKenzie coming out with it onto his preferred left. Swings it back. Ooh.
Oh, he's played a free kick.
And
Free kick
he has.
player his arm was chopped underneath the ball.
Sammy Walton.
Is it Sammy Walden? I can't
Yep,
see from
Sammy
here, but
Walton.
he was infringed upon before the ball got there, so it was a free.
And if he kicks this,
Tight angle.
he will tell Paddy White all about it.
And knowing Sammy, he will.
And run the whole length of the ground.
I think he's just missed it. He's
And,
missed it.
and he would have run the whole length of the
He
ground.
would
It
have
gave-
done two laps of the ground.
He would have come up here for an interview.
He would have gone up the club rooms up there.
And he's a bit
Sammy,
of
one of the great characters
He's
of
a
local
lad.
footy.
Sam
He's a former
Walton.
captain of the Donny Brooks. He's a male
a
medalist.
male medalist.
And a good bloke to boot.
Indeed. Very skillful player.
And he's a loyal footballer. He's stayed at Willaston his whole career.
He's red and blue.
Yeah, he won a premiership in Moala, I reckon, because it worked there last year or 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yes,
I
he
think it
works
would have
in
been
the
19.
mines.
Yeah, he does. Yep. Know the family very well. His older brother Ben,
Okay.
and his middle brother, obviously in between Ben and Sam, is Adam. Really good family.
South going
Oh,
forward
Michael
now.
Clinch, the veteran, just absolutely eyes all over it. Takes a great mark out to Sean Childs. Matthew Brooks.
Paddy White going forward, boys. Paddy White going forward.
They're
As he
trying
ran
something
forward.
different.
Yes. They've gone Whitwer forward now, White forward. They're trying to rotate that rebounding halfback flanker.
Matthew Brooks sends it down the line. Pass. Bounces over everybody, but Albright comes out with it, but pushed over the line.
South Gawler throwing everything forward now in just hopes of getting something.
16-minute mark of the second quarter.
9-3 to 1 goal, boys. Wow.
8 goals down at this time. You wouldn't want to be.
No, definitely
Not
not.
at any time of the game, but especially 18-minute mark of the second quarter. Tyson Earlham, the captain, puts it in long for Willaston. To a contest. Well
Strong
played.
mark back there. Johan Schmidt.
Smith now.
Out to Burden. Burden's got a bit of a kick and a bit of a run.
Tries to
Goes
find
over
Golding.
Golding.
Nah.
But
Burton's been a good addition to the Lions this year, coming from Central Districts. Has got a bit of class about him. Kicked a lot of goals early in the year.
Once again, finding that connection inside there, isn't it? Snap, touched.
Touched
no,
by-
Childs reckons it's touched and it's straight over the top of his head, and I reckon the goal line was going to say goal.
I reckon he
watch
would
this,
say
watch
goal.
this, watch this.
I think
Pisani's snapped out of the contest and he's gone all
and
clear.
it's a goal.
And the second goal for the Lions on the Grant Burge line scoreboard. They 2 goals. They trail Willaston 9-3.
Looking in the replay, I was pretty close to the line, I thought.
Of course
You're
you
not
would, Joe.
biased
Of
at all,
course you
yeah,
do.
of course I've got
You
red and
haven't
blue
got your-
eyes today. Well, South have kicked their second.
Yeah, just letting people know at home, Joe Cirillo is a mad Willaston man, but he is also the man to see for real estate in the northern suburbs.
Thank you, Craig. Ray White, Craig Moore. We have serviced the northern suburbs for over 20 years with terrific results and service for our lovely clients, and all in real estate, for people in real estate mode. We're always
And
here
a
for
true
you.
gentleman, a bloke you'd love to deal with if you're trying to move your house.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Mike. Sorry. Just getting watching the game here. But
South
indeed.
coming forward again, now rebounding off halfback. And Michael Clinch reading the ball beautifully. That's what he does so well for this Willaston team.
Moves it on quick. Out to Davis.
They've got a +1 behind the footy now, and it's Clinch. That's the last bloke that you would want as a +1.
Correct. He is the best sweeper in the game.
Frizy comes up with it. Puts it onto his left. Puts it deep. And
And
it goes
a guy
over.
we haven't called much today is Ash Fry. He's playing more of a tagging role today, Craig.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have the freedom that he had last week
Oh.
because he was
Last week he was everywhere.
I'd be surprised if anyone from Newry knows who he is. That's how much freedom he had last week.
Yeah, he seems to. I think he seems to have the role. He's got that Burton, Newman, or Golding. Whoever finds themselves up forward, Fry's got him, and he's doing a fantastic job.
He is indeed.
South moving the ball in numbers now. Whitwer getting the ball, handball forward.
Oh, he's got a
Asani coming forward now.
Puts
Kicks
it in.
straight to the top of the square.
Free kick against White. Yeah.
And White, another undisciplined free kick against him. He's having a Barry Crocker.
He's got to keep those arms in, Patrick. Michael Clinch to take it for the Donnybrookes in defence.
To South's credit, the last 5 or 10 minutes, the
they've
momentum
held
has
on.
swung a little bit. They're starting to get a bit more of the footy, and they're starting to get it on their terms.
They're running in numbers, which is something they haven't done all day. You see a boundary throw in on the outer side.
No, I think South's bringing it in with a kick.
Coming in deep now.
See, that's just an ugly ball.
Oh, good
That's-
mark by
and
Michael Clinch.
Michael Clinch, the only player on the field who seems to be reading the ball at the moment.
That's his 4th defensive mark, intercept mark.
His
Wow.
third in
Well,
2 minutes.
Wow.
32 minutes, boys.
Third in the last 2 minutes.
Yes,
Out
very
to
good.
Sean Childs. Looking
And we're
to bring
currently
it.
20 minutes into the second quarter here in the 2021 Grand Final.
Kick by Childs. Nearly finds touch. Ball brought to ground. Players all over it. Another ball up.
How much time to go here, boys? What do we got?
20-minute mark of the second quarter, Craig.
Plenty of time left for South to put a little more dent in this. Willaston would love to finish with a goal just to stamp their authority back on it. And ball still...
I think the ball's lost.
Trying to find it out there. There's some kids kicking their own footy behind the crowd, but it's not the one we're looking for.
Looks like Willaston's got a kick.
Moving the ball from half back now, going down the line.
Earlham pumps it up long
South
for the
Gawler player
Donnies.
drops a chest mark.
Ball coming
Through.
back.
Tyson
Ball.
Earlham under that.
Punched over for another boundary throw in.
Ball just outside South Gawler's forward 50. Looking to create a bit more pressure late in this second quarter.
Ball comes into Earlham from the ruck, gets it onto his boot.
It's a little shank kick.
Ball comes out again, but all wrapped up. A lot of tackling.
And holding the ball called. Wilson player tried to blast through the middle. And South can have the opportunity to pump this into their forward 50. Michael Clinch has marked everything that's come in there so far. This
He
quarter.
has. He's done well, Clinchy.
He's under this again. And ball will trickle over for a boundary
For
throw.
a boundary throw in. Probably about 35-40 from the South's goals. Oh, the umpire fell over bringing the ball in.
We try not to laugh about that.
Ball kicked up quite high. Numbers all around it.
Goes
Comes
to ground.
Clinch. Brings it to ground. Wrapped up.
Looking for a boundary, for a ball up. And that's what he gets.
Willaston up by 45 points, 22nd minute mark of the second quarter. Ruck duel. Taken high. Looks like Gurney will have a shot at goal from about 20 out. It was taken high. We've got Fry coming off Willaston for a quick change.
They're doing a power of work chasing the South midfielders. As we see Rigney coming back on to replace him.
Terrell Rigney.
Fair replacement.
Oh.
Fair replacement, I tell you.
Bloody oath, yeah, indeed. Quality
Rigney.
and skill, Terrell Rigney. And South have a shot, and he sprays it.
No.
He's goaled it.
As soon as the goal on pot comes back to the centre,
You know it's a goal, yeah.
You know he's got it.
He made it hard.
He did make it hard. South Gawler now 3 goals to Willaston 9-3. They've kicked the last 3, Joe.
They have, Craig, and they had to. They had to, as the game really would have been away from them. But they did have showed composure, and now getting their hands on it and kicking the last 3.
Yeah, as I said, the last 5-10 minutes, they've got the game back on their terms, and simply with its work rate or work ethic, and obviously Gavin's trying to
Determination, no, they've switched it.
Absolutely.
And we had Walton bring it out of the ruck straight to Mackenzie. Mackenzie puts it in long for Willaston. Ball bounces. Comes out again to Terrell Rigney. He can take a shot from about 40. Brings it into Petrohalis. Got a grab, got a hand on it, but it came to spill. Ball to ground.
Too high, free kick.
He was ready to go, but he's going to be pushed over the mark again. Red zone, Craig, I think we're in now.
We're looking at there. Benison now looking to relieve the pressure for South Gawler. Kicks it out to the wing, looking for Paddy White. Paddy White's got 2v3.
Comes out to Elliott. Quick boot away.
In comes Newman now. Newman, we haven't mentioned his name too many times today. Classy player, but hasn't had enough of it. Tries to give it back to Whitworth.
Well smothered by Housen. South gather. come back for the kick out, and we've got big Luke Godfrey taking an easy mark. Centre wing, centre forward of wing, looking for his options.
Be very patient with the footy here.
Goes in long.
Zach East did well there to keep the ball inside there.
Wrapped all up, another ball up.
Rotations heavily off the bench here, boys, both of them.
Zach East applies a tackle, piggyback rides him. Another ball up.
So we've got Size behind the footy, we've got Godfrey behind the footy, we've got Clinch behind the footy, so they've got to be +1, +2, +3 for South Gawler. Let's see if they can work it out of this stoppage area, because there's got to be numbers there
There would have
around
to
the
be.
stoppage. Absolutely. When you have a
Has
look at
to be.
Clinch here,
Correct.
Clinch, Charles and Size are here, there's 3+ for South Gawler. They've got to win it from here. They've got to win it.
You'd think they would, and they do. But ball comes out, and again, spills over the boundary line. Ooh.
Free kick, yep, absolutely. Free kick. Free kick to Willaston, because Whitworth.
It will be a free kick to Harrison McKenzie.
Yeah,
Bit late there,
absolutely.
Craig.
Yeah, Whitworth grabbed hold of him on the boundary there. Didn't have to do that.
Didn't have to do it.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Getting a bit
McKenzie puts it
frustrating.
in long. We've got
each other.
South going up for it. Ball comes to Spill. Comes out to Elbro. Elbro running in, but
Oh,
sprays it a bit for an
he's
out
missed
on the
everything.
full.
Missed everything there.
Probably had a bit more time to settle.
Absolutely. But once again, there was that +3 behind in that stoppage. They should have worked it
They
out
should
a
have
lot
worked
better.
it out better than that, Craig.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's the composure around the stoppages and around the footy. Something that Gavin will probably, Chappie will
He would have
probably
to discuss and,
absolutely, absolutely,
address at half time.
absolutely. South Gawler go again inside 50 again.
Ruck Jewel, Jamie Clark grabs it, comes to Spill, comes to ball. Comes
Golding.
out.
Golding now goes for kicks behind, and he's kicked it. Yes, he has. So Golding, a clever little snap from the stoppage and the goal. So that's South's fourth now.
They've kicked 4 in the last 12, 14 minutes, South, so
Absolutely.
they've responded.
The better thing for them in this quarter, or especially the last 5 or 10 minutes, that they've gone inside 50, they've actually hit the scoreboard.
Yes, no,
Which
they've
they
looked
were
more
struggling
purpose,
with.
more
Absolutely.
composure, better
More
entry.
importantly, they're hitting good spots inside their forward 50.
Better entry.
They're hitting that spot about 30 metres from the top of the goal and causing real pressure on the Willaston defenders.
They are with the breeze, though, so
And the breeze has picked up this
it
quarter.
has indeed again. Walton taken out the centre for Willaston, puts it up front, puts it up. Ball comes to ground, tackled.
We'll have a ball up almost in the centre of the ground. Straight up. Sizer gets his
gets a
hand
tap
to it,
away
smacks it
again.
back.
Ball comes to ground, bodies all over it, wrapped up again. We've got Elbro running for it with White right on him. White has got the ball, but he's
White twists and turns, handballs away.
Cormac
straight to
again.
Cormac with
Cormac
strength straight
ploughing
through.
through.
Holding the
Taking
ball.
his
Caught
hand.
holding the ball. Tried to do a little bit too much.
Once again, momentum here, boys.
That little short kick just keeps
Bailey
possession.
Filkey taking the mark, looking to drive it in long for South.
Filkey's starting to get active for the Lions.
Luke Godfrey. Ooh.
Drops a mark he
Drops a
should have
mark.
taken.
Out to Childs. Childs looked around, gives the hands to Clark.
Oh, chaos
off the
ball.
hammer.
Chaos ball,
Bit of
boys.
pressure.
And they're very
ball
happy
throwing.
to fumble that ball over the line. Wasn't deliberate at all. Perhaps intentional.
About 30 out from South's goals. 29-minute mark of the second quarter.
Good deep throw in from the boundary umpire. South with the tap. Trying to break through.
Michael Clinch coming through and getting wrapped up, brought to ground.
Umpire Noack coming in. He'll ball up. We're probably about 25, 30 metres from South Gawler's goal.
Or to space, hits to space. Dangerous, dangerous.
Whitworth.
Whitwood takes a shot at goal, but he's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Offline. But he's the player South need to start getting active at the back of those contests. He's got the ability to turn the game.
Michael Clinch bringing it in for Willaston. Kicks it long. Looking for East. East sets
East
himself,
with
takes
a
a
big,
strong mark.
mark.
Good hand,
In front
Zach
of Smith.
East.
In front of Smith. Good contested mark there by Zach East.
East coming in with the leg, goes down the line, goes long. Looking for Sizer, punched away. Ball
East.
spills out.
Craig, East's a player who we were sort of discussing about his place in the team last week, how he'd managed to get back into the side after a stint in the reserves, but he's showing the last 2 weeks exactly why he's there.
Oh,
has that size and muscle.
Absolutely, he's got the talent. There's no
Double
doubt
tap
about that.
away.
I reckon his work ethic has been fantastic, and his ability to actually win the footy inside's been crucial as well
South
for
Gawler
Willaston.
goes through the
great
middle now.
tackle.
Great
That's
chase
hard.
down tackle from
Elbro.
Mick Howson.
Elbro gets tackled, wrapped up, brought to ground.
What a great chase down from Mickey Howson. How many forward pockets do that?
Well done, Mickey. No, he's got the hunger, the desire. Comes out to South. South with another hand pass.
That's a
Comes out to Rignall. Rignall brings it to floor, tackles, wraps him up. Right in front of us, guys.
There's
Centre
no-
wing.
was a nothing handball then for South from Judd Smith there. It was just like a bit of panic. Oh, I don't want it. I'll get rid of it. So, still South hanging in there. 4 goals to 9 goals 3. They've kicked the last 4. So
South have dominated the last 15 minutes of play, yet they're still over 6 goals down.
There goes the
Absolutely.
siren. So 33 points of difference at half time.
So on the Grant Birch Wine scoreboard, Willaston 9 goals 3, 57, leading South Gawler 4 goals 24.
Straight 4.
So South Gawler dominated the second 15 minutes of that quarter, Craig, but they still trail by 33 points. That's got to, in a way, they've got to be buoyed by that, but they've also got to be pretty worried.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, they got themselves back to a respectable 33 points instead of going in what it was 9-3 to zip. And
They're
kicked
in the
last
game.
4. But their last ascendancy's been good. Their last connections going inside 50 was good. Their composure with the footy, once again, that was highlighted in the first quarter. So something he has to marshal the troops. Think of, you have to reevaluate, set up again, right, put that aside, the idea behind it. Whereas Jars has got to iterate. I think he will. That you iterate what's worked for us, we'll keep doing. Don't think outside the square. Yes, we gave up the last 4, but in saying that, was it the release or was it just the pressure just went off?
Now, South were going to come back always, Craig, Mike. 9 goals down halfway through the second quarter. If you can't respond at that time, when will you? But
It's through the middle of the field that South have grunted their way back into the game, because it's that clearance ball that they've been getting into the forward 50 to the right spots that changed the momentum in that quarter.
no, it did, Mike. It did.
But even going inside 50, Mike and Joe, going inside 50, that they had a sense of purpose.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when they went inside, they scored exactly what Willaston did. So the roles were reversed halfway through that
But
second
that's
quarter.
by getting the ball on your terms in the middle of the ground.
True.
You've got time to put it where you
Yeah,
want
so
it.
even sort of inside, Willaston went inside a couple of times, didn't go to the right areas,
Yep.
and probably Jars, astute coach that he is, he will address that at half
Indeed.
time of where the areas that they went to.
Correct.
It wasn't
South.
the areas that we trademark our game.
South also managed to hold the ball in their forward half for a prolonged time and just
Yes.
repeated thrusts, and Willaston eventually had to crack.
Now, early tips for the BOG at half time, boys. What are we looking at? I reckon
When
my
Bob-
man Dean Cutting, the Benjamin Button, he hasn't even touched
Touched
it
it.
for a half, so I'm gone.
You never know what he can do, but not off to a good start.
Conley's been good for
I
Willaston. He's
went
been
wild
good.
for the
Yes.
pre-game, but
Yep.
Connolly is really starting to bob up.
Yep,
I
Clinch
think
with his 5 intercept
Clinch has
marks
been
across
good.
half back.
But Waldhuder, I think, still can have a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I think for even for South, I think. Yeah, I mean the likes of I've highlighted here, White, Press, Cutting. They need to really step up and fire in the second half of South Gawler to get back into the game. And we've sort of got the highlighters here that Clinch is there, but even Petroholis, like
Oh,
4 goals,
four goals
four goals
in a
in
half.
the grand final and a half. He kicks another 1 or 2, 3. That puts his name in lights, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, he would be.
And you've just got to love the pressure that the Willaston forwards are willing to put on. It's not all about getting the ball clean and kicking a goal. They are chasing and fighting and scrapping for everything.
And that's Andrew Jarman's tactic and experience and leadership. He's spoken about the forwards have to become defenders. You can't just let the ball come out that easy for any purpose. Fight, and hold it in, and you will kick a goal.
And I'm going to throw you one here. The underrated player of the game so far, Sam Walton.
He's done his job. He's done well.
He got under the skin of Paddy White several times.
I reckon I've got another bloke in line here, boys.
Yes.
Brody Cormack.
Oh, legend.
Yes.
Legend. I love Brody. Brody's a...
Those two guys have had an impact.
Indeed.
But Cormac more so by getting the ball and just rebounding like crazy. But Sam Walton has gone out there.
The presence.
The player regarded by most as the leading player in the competition this year, Patrick White, winner of the Coaches Player of the Year. He's been shut out of this game and he's been put off his game by Sam Walton just playing old school footy.
Yep, bit rattled. It showed, yellow carded. But no, Walton, he's been around, he's a veteran.
It shapes up to be a very interesting
Definitely.
next 10 or 15 minutes in the third quarter, boys.
Are we thinking fireworks early in the third?
Well, you think Willaston's got the breeze in this third quarter. They would like to pile on as many as possible. So they're going to come out hot as blazers to really pile on those first 3-4 goals, maybe break the game open again.
They don't get along. This is the time. This is where it's won or lost.
And a silly question to you, boys. I mean, given the fact what happened the last time with the result, if they're within 6 goals at three-quarter time, they'll give themselves half a chance.
They might. 37 points up in the last quarter they were, and they lost by points, so you never know, Craig. Yeah. But I think they learnt a lot from that lesson, and we don't want to see it today, but that's football.
Yeah,
it can happen.
absolutely.
It can happen.
And it's just a glorious day. Sunshine here all over the Willaston Oval. Large crowd in attendance, smell of food everywhere. Families having fun. This is country footy at its finest. This is the BLG. This is what we're all about. And also, if you're enjoying the coverage today, you're watching through YouTube, 180 Creations, click the like on it and subscribe if you can. Our cameraman Sam Furler brings you the best sports action all year round. He's the man to get onto if you need some recording done. He's a true professional. 180 Creations, get on it. But yes, South Australian footballer, we bring you the best football from around the state. Updates on coaching announcements, player signings, all sorts from leagues all across the state, from the amateur league to the far-flung regional leagues of South Australia.
do that, mate.
And I'll get Luke to give you a call. Yeah, that's quick. Everyone drives from 485, that's 489. Yep, that's it. Yeah. Because I think that there's a really good structure.
Ball up in the third quarter, grand final.
We're back here, 2021 Grand Final, Barossa Light and Gawler Footy League. Willaston with a big advantage. And starting the third quarter, kicking the ball forward.
Got Moss running out for it.
Moss, the big fella, collects the South player. Didn't worry about the ball. South looking to clear now. Brock Judd Smith moving the ball.
Dribbles over for a boundary throw in. Bit windy, bit of gust out there.
Up a little
Picking
bit.
up and down a bit still. Still favouring left of
at
screen.
the start of the game.
Giving
As
that
we
to
welcome
Elbro.
Craig Dorr back to the commentary position, spilling things everywhere.
Good man, Craig. Brings the beers back.
Yeah, it was a bit of a queue there, boys. I'm sorry.
Bit of
I
people
went
there.
about 10 minutes ago and it's still going. I'm thinking to myself, you know who I am? And you know
That's
who
right.
I'm
Out of my way.
Out of my
You
way.
didn't pull the "Do you know who I am?" I'm kind of a big deal around here.
Absolutely I did, mate. Don't worry about that.
Use it where you can, Craig. That's
Absolutely.
right. Not why beat around the bush.
If
Full
you don't
Ron
know-
Burgundy.
If you don't know who I am, you better get to know me.
You better get to learn. Haven't been around. That's right. We all know Craig Dorr.
Willaston grabbing the first centre clearance of the third quarter. But South looking to pump the ball back through the middle now.
For the good or the bad too, by the way, boys. Benison now kicks it out to the other side, and Tynell Rigney's got the ball now. He kicks out looking for
Brings it on to the captain, Tyson Earlham. Keeps
Earlham
running. Puts it in long for Willaston. We've got Walton setting himself. Comes out. South bring it away.
Important ball here, boys. Does it stay in board? Yes, it does. Connolly. Oh, he's done well there. Done well there.
We've got White receiving it.
Benison did very well. Pat
One
White
bounce.
now with one of his
Take
rare
him on,
touches.
Paddy. Take him on. Take him on.
Goes long.
Spills
Not an
out.
ideal kick for
Charles
cutting.
to Cormac to Fry. Fry looks up. Goes down the wing. Looking for Housen. Nearly there, Michael Housen. Nearly. Back to White.
If you were a key forward, would you want to be on the end of that last kick from Paddy White?
Good kick. No.
Michael Clinch with another mark across halfback. He is just feasting on South Gawler at the moment.
He's looking to cross it. Brings it into
kick.
the centre to Godfrey.
Good kick.
Good strong
Good kick.
mark. Godfrey brings it on.
Uh-oh.
We've got Isaiah McKenzie by himself with a paddock to run into. Can he
And
gather?
this is
He's
where
grabbed
the Jets
it.
will
Left
get
footer.
there
Sells
goes
the dummy.
Candy.
Puts
He's
it
got
in.
players streaming into the forward 50. Goes over
Comes
the
out to
contest.
Petrohalis.
Kick is smothered
Smothered.
partly.
Comes out to White and Walton. Bodies come in. South do bring it out. Comes out. Bodies are going in. Petrohalis comes in
attention
and
with
it's all wrapped up.
Walton
Gets the hand
behind
pass out
play.
and tackled.
That's not knowing your opposition there. That Brooke Judd Smith, Isaiah McKenzie's a left footer. He ran to his
He's a
right.
speedster and wants to run around everyone.
Left footer, stay inside, keep him boundary
Keep him
side.
boundary. Wait,
Keep
that's
him
correct.
boundary side.
Comes
Great
out to
handball out of the
Housen.
contest from
Can't
Sizer.
collect.
Josh Whitworth
Whitworth.
grabs the ball, clears quickly.
We've got Davis gathering for
Golding
the
going
Johnny
against
Brooks.
Deacon Davis.
Uh-oh.
Golding with a good smother there, saves the Lions. And wrapping it up now, they're coming in.
Pisani.
Pisani goes long
He kicks it.
and kicks the opening goal of the third quarter. That's exactly what South Gawler needed, and Flynn Pisani delivers.
That's his second.
He needs to keep getting busy for the Lions, and that's exactly what Chaplin would have wanted from his team.
Crucial to get the first one after half time too.
But also, Willaston pressing, suddenly that rebound is worth a little bit more. It's a double goal.
5 straight for South. 9-3 for Willaston.
Once again, a +1 back for South. Gawler presses that man. You can't allow press to get uncontested footy back there in your defensive 50.
Comes out to Elbro in the centre. Hand passes it off. Again, hand passes it out. Back to Elbro. Puts it in long for Willaston. Willaston setting numbers. Ball comes to ground. Earlham taking a shot at goal and puts it through for a point.
But that hit the
No.
right area. Alson was under the bowl. Petros
No.
was in the area.
Out of
Earlham
bounds on
was
the
there. It's all the names you want to be involved for Willaston.
Looking Josh Walherter here.
Terrell Rigney comes over. No, Tyson it was, and we kick a goal. Great score by Tyson Earlham.
That's
Sammy
another
Martin.
captain's goal. He's kicked 2 great captain's goals today. He is a true leader.
Sammy Walton picked up the crumbs there. Earlham come over the top.
Done the spoil.
My underrated player of the day.
Yeah, well done, Earlham. Stave this ball and the punch straight to Walden. Bang. Goal. That's the reply Willaston wanted.
They needed that.
They did. Need to
And
settle
Sam
it.
will watch this back. He does like to see his highlights.
Back out to 33 points.
So looking in the middle for South Gawler now, got Newman, Golding, and we have got Burton in the middle there, and we've still got Earlham, Elbro, and Mackenzie. So that's a pretty good two midfields.
So Willaston, apart from Waldhooter, they're almost going with their one wood.
Yep.
Indeed.
Good, strong attack on the footy there. Just wraps it up. Will be another ball up. Umpire Higginbottom coming in now.
So the +1 for Willaston is clinch up one end, and then you got press, the +1 for South Gawler up the other end.
That's a good juggling mark there.
South.
Dean Cutting finally getting his hands on the footy. Your man.
My man. Needs to do a little bit more, Benjamin Dean Cutting Button.
We'll see what his accuracy is like on this.
Against a bit of a breeze. Probably kicking from about 40. And he's dragged it across. No.
Accuracy has been a big problem for Cutting this year.
No, he's goaled it.
But he's goaled that one. So the Lions are starting to surge in the third quarter on the Birds Barossa scoreboard. South Gawler now go to 6 goals, 36. Chasing Willaston 10 goals, 3, 63.
6 out of the last 7 goals for South Gawler.
Wow.
And there'd still be alarm bells ringing in Willaston's box, wouldn't there, Craig?
Oh, absolutely. They've done true credit to them and to their. Obviously, they're stuck to their game plan and stuck to their structures, and they got themselves back in sniffing distance now.
And everyone viewing today's game would be pretty happy because suddenly it is a game again. It looked like it was done and dusted.
Earlham all wrapped up in the centre. Is given holding the ball. South push it in long. Clinch sets. Ball comes to spill to Cormac. Cormac gathers. Kicks long. Looking for Godfrey. Caught behind. Luke Godfrey.
Good strong mark for the Lions, and he plays on.
Judd Smith. He's taking it. Plays on.
Gets the ball to Whitwer. Whitwer finds a target with a classy kick. Hits up a player about
Benison.
35 metres from Benison, 35 metres from goal, so he'll be kicking from 40. Not much breeze to speak of. It's going across the ground, if anything. Comes in now. He drills it in South Gawler. Another goal to their total. They go to 7 goals straight, 42 on the Birds Barossa scoreboard, trailing Willaston 10 goals, 3, 63. It's 21 points. That's not much in a game of footy.
In today's football, not a lot at all.
It's better than being 57 points down, which they were halfway through that second quarter, boys.
No, I preferred the 57 points up, actually.
The last 10 or 15 minutes of the second quarter, and then now the first 5 or 6, they've kicked 3 against it. When I say against it, the breeze is going across the ground, but yeah, big interesting next 10 minutes, boys.
Indeed. Sizer gets a tap away, straight into the centre. Tyson wraps it up. Ball comes down, spills out. South working it out the centre. Ball comes out to spill.
Bassani drops a mark he should have taken. Puts himself under a lot of pressure. Willaston able to kick the ball down the line.
Comes out to Elbro. Hand passes it off. Ooh, bit of a bad bump.
He's called it.
Looks like a free kick being paid.
It is a free kick. Bit high to Cormac.
You just feel this could go either way now.
It's at that time, I think, Craig.
It's just, you just give that sense of has Willaston put the foot off the throttle, off the throat of South, and
correct.
South have sort of got
Craig,
the momentum.
They've
Ash
found the
Fry's
wind.
got the ball in his hands now. Usually good things happen when Ash Fry touches the footy.
Fry puts it in.
Oh, that's an ugly kick. Put the mockers on him, Mike.
South come away with it. South take the mark.
Got the chance to drive it deep now. No real marking targets for the Lions. In fact, only one player or two players were inside their forward 50 at the time.
Good smother.
Good smother. Good pressure. Ball coming out to Spill still. Bodies all around it. Hand pass off to Tyson Earlham. Looks up. Puts it in long for Gawler South still. A lot of numbers. Good tackle
White wrapped
on
up
White.
by Wildhooter and a
Ball
rushing
comes
tackle.
out. We've got Walden fighting for it, who's held on to. All wrapped up.
We'll have a ball up just about 15.
You can just see the difference there. The boys going inside 50. Willaston, they were spot on with their execution going inside 50. That one was just a bit of a hoping.
And the
Bit of a
players
pressure
were
kick.
running in the right direction.
Bit of a hope kick, you know.
South bring it out, but it's straight to Sizer.
And Kurt Sizer, we haven't called his name a lot today, but he is definitely winning
He'll
the
give it off
battle
to
against
Fry
the
here.
three-headed
Oh no,
monster.
he didn't
He
give it
definitely
off
knows how to ruck well. Puts it in long. Ball punched away.
by White.
Boundary throw in.
Craig, we were talking about the three-headed monster pre-game. We've barely cited them. We haven't called Chris James at all,
No,
and that's something that I'm surprised. I thought he would have at least physically tried to impose himself on the game.
yeah, we're just talking about repeat of last year. That's all we were talking about. White when
But
he just missed Charlie Mullen.
Sometimes you have to, when you're a big fella, you've got to make a statement.
Absolutely.
Jamie Clark holds it up. Well done, Clark, for Willaston. Bounce up at centre wing.
Just a quick one, boys, while we get a ball up. Darcy Judd Smith's job on Housen at the moment, fantastic.
He's kept him down. Free kick to Willaston.
Judd Smith's been reliable in defence all year and doing another great job today.
Tyson Earlham looking to bring it in long for Willaston. Puts it onto the boot. Not a directed kick, but it spills. Bodies all around again. Ball crashes.
And
we've got a free
too
kick.
high.
Press down in the bottom of the pack.
He'll look to clear for the Lions. He's got a player out wide here.
Everett now on the
Everett
half-back
takes the mark.
flank.
He's got to go back and take the kick.
To Zobel now. Slowed and measured south. They look to
Looking to
change
possess the
lanes.
footy.
Oh no, that was
Oh,
he
kick
found
it
it
to the
though,
centre.
Puts a lot
to
of pressure
Dare.
on.
Dare out to the other side.
Takes
We
it
have
out
got
wide.
Benison now.
Elliott in pursuit.
Elliott. Has Elliott got him? No, he hasn't. Fires the handball out to Bassani. Can Bassani gather in? Tries to give the handball out. He's over-possessed the footy. Elliott now gives it back to Fry. Fry can't gather. Gives it off to Cormac. Cormac off to Rigney.
Off to Rignall. Terrell Rigney puts it up long for Willaston. And we've got the ball going over another boundary throw.
You're just starting to think how restricted his Woolhut are at the moment with his running. Looking at there.
He doesn't look as good as he did in the first quarter. I think he might be carrying something of a bit of a knock or a
They may
corky.
need to just plant him in the goal square and
We've got
leave
Moss
him.
coming and giving the hands out to Fry. Fry puts it in long for Willaston. We've got White dropping the mark, spills over for a point.
10-4, 64 to South Gawler, 7 straight.
On the Birds Barossa scoreboard here in the 2021 BLG Grand Final.
So Press now brings the ball back in for South Gawler. A bit of a wobbly kick, but finds that man, Darcy Judd Smith now with a hyphenated name. He's got it across half back. Mackenzie's holding the mark. The umpire say, come on, mate, get it on. So he does. Kicks it outside to Everett. Everett versus Mackenzie.
Harry Mackenzie punches
does
away,
well.
gathers.
Boys
It's
tackle.
all wrapped up.
That could be
People
close
gives
to
the hand
hold
pass
ball.
away.
Takes
Well
the
done.
handball away in
Petrohalis
time.
comes onto it, gathers.
Petrohalis with the don't argue, just steps over the boundary line.
And takes it over the line.
Very smart play.
10-4, 64. South Gawler, 7 straight. The margin,
He's still be
22
taking this ruck
points.
contest.
15-minute mark of the second quarter. What are we in? Third quarter. Ball wrapped up by
Ash
Fry.
Fry with a strong tackle. Cloud cover starting to come over, so Ash Fry might start feeling a little better now the sun's not on him.
Big punch by Earlham.
Numbers here. South Gawler got +1
Josh
back.
Whitwer almost got on the end of that.
Whitwer takes it out long to the centre. Rignall, White, Walton. Everyone's running for it. It's a foot race. Go Walton. He's been held on
Walton
to.
taken
and
down
he will
without
be-
the footy. Just did enough to worry the South players into a sloppy mistake there.
Just smart.
I think
smart.
he worried White into that there.
That's
Well done,
veteran
Sam Walton.
smart.
He had Benison. He had him goal side.
And
he sort of
Benison
got-
has got the speed on Walton, but he just panicked.
Yeah, definitely being held on to.
Initial, just the quick grab, the panic grab.
That's the panic touch, grab.
Didn't realise that it was Walton, who's nearing the latter years of his career and doesn't have any leg speed left.
Kicking from 50, breeze behind his back. He puts it onto the boot,
Oh,
and it's out of bounds on the full. I think he tried to kick it too hard on that one.
So
on that
now
case.
Willaston will try and lock the ball inside their forward half. Comes up now and straight over the back, a mark to Willaston. Sorry, to South Gawler.
Cutting now, cutting Dino, the silky smooth left footer.
At the wrong
Dodge
end of the
through.
ground for the Lions, really. Finds a target on the outer wing.
Not much to kick to, just a slow measured. Looking up in the play. Oh, someone's gave
someone's
someone.
down.
James.
Oh,
James.
hit off the ball.
Off the ball.
James
Mackenzie.
has just come through with a hit on Isaiah Mackenzie.
Yeah,
that was just not a football play. Mackenzie looking very sore, holding his back. That was just average from the big fella from South Gawler.
South with another shot at goal. Kicking from about 47 into the breeze. Goes across and it's marked by
Childs
Sean
out to
Childs.
Clinch.
Switches play out to Michael Clinch, takes one bounce. Kick partly smothered. Ball dribbles over. Another boundary throw in.
Next goal for the Lions makes the game really interesting.
Yeah, it's under that 5 goals now. It's 22 points. They've reeled it in, South.
Kicking the last 6 out of 7 will do that. Much better footy by South.
Michael Clinch coming out with it. Kicked away in danger. Yes, free kick.
Just think, boys, at 15-minute mark of the second quarter, we're looking at the scoreboard of 9-3 to zip. They haven't even scored. So it's been 7 goals to 1-1 since halfway through the second quarter.
South has put the brakes on.
Stacks on the outer wing. Umpire coming in now. We'll have a ball up. On the bench, we're looking at Matt Norman from the Lions getting a lot of work done on his left driver.
Wrapped up all again.
Josh
Walder coming off for the Donnies. South coming from the ruck duel, bringing it out, and it's a mark, and it's going to be a goal for him.
Josh Whitwer with another goal. And he's the player that can drag the Lions back into this contest. He did it the last time they met with one of the goals of the season. And he is the heart and soul of the Lions. He could drag them back into this game.
Tail. Once again, those opportunities. Whitworth's been that sort of that seesaw man. He's been forward, he's been back, he's been in the middle, trying to find the winning combination for South Gawler. Fry's gone back onto Whitwer, pretty much as it was matched at the start of the game too. But now we see South Gawler 8 points, Willaston 10-4. We're at a crucial stage here, boys. 16 points. Can't believe what I'm saying.
8 straight, Craig, though they've kicked very straight. "20-minute mark of the third quarter.
I'll make a big call here, boys. I never thought I would say it halfway through the second quarter, 9-3 to no. But next goal wins. Is that a big call?
That's a big call there, Craig.
I would hate to
Pretty
accuse
big.
you of being premature, Craig, because I think only your wife is allowed to do that. Oh, and a big mark for South Gawler. This could be the one. It's a good contested mark.
By
Benison taking a shot.
Benison, who's had some big moments in this game.
This is going to really put the cat amongst the pigeons now. This is really going to bring it back to 10 points. Late in third quarter. And he's goaled it. No. He's hit the post.
Over the post, big call from the umpire.
First-
He's in the perfect position.
This is the thing I don't get with this place when the ball goes over. It's either got to be a goal or a point.
No, it doesn't.
No? Oh, okay.
Mackenzie gathers for the Donnybrooks. Passes it off.
And Lions working a bit harder under the contest at the moment. Press
South
kicking
coming away
forward.
from it. Hand pass off.
Benison kicking the ball across goal. Goes too far across. Contest on the boundary now.
Elbrow with the ball to Rigney. Back to
Rigney, Back
Elbrow.
to Elbrow.
Looking up to East. Zach East.
3v1. That's been the story of the third quarter, boys.
It has been.
South Gawler have actually outnumbered the opposition 3-1, 4-1, 4-2 at every contest.
And that's been a complete turnaround from the first half of footy. I
Ball
can't
up.
recall a game that's been such a reverse of fortunes.
Well, they're two quality sides. And then as soon as one gives 10% off, and then the other one gains momentum
Capitalises.
and work ethic. And all it is about execution and capitalising on the
Correct.
options that are on. So I'm sure both coaches would have realified that at half time.
White comes out for South with the ball. Punches it and spills it forward. Comes out to East on the left. East looking for Walton. Outbodied. Burton with the ball. Done a good
Plays
mark.
on.
Goes out short.
Everett now in the back pocket for South Gawler.
This
He
kick
goes
is the one
out
that
to
matters.
Judd Smith. Judd Smith now. Judd Smith very good. He's been good all day. He's held Housen over to Everett, the old 1-2. They're just slowly but surely just creeping their way, chipping at 10 and 2 clock. Changing lanes. He's going to be forced to kick down the line here though, Everett. So Everett kicks down the line to Dean
Finds
Cunning.
Earlham on the chest. Tyson Earlham looking to bring it down,
This
bring
is
it
where
in.
the captain needs to settle his team down and say, okay, it's time.
Switches play, goes to Elbrow.
Elbrow looked to give the handball off, decided, no, I'm taking it.
So he's going to go long, he plays on, runs around him.
Sells a bit of candy, kicks the
Yeah,
line,
kicking to Paddy.
line, and ends up finding Paddy White.
Probably rushed it a bit there at the end of the day.
White
Found
can now
White.
clear for the Lions.
Chalk and cheese from the first quarter, boys.
Yeah,
Chalk and
oh,
cheese.
yeah.
Chalk
White
and cheese.
sends it down. Clinch setting himself.
And gives away a free
Unfortunately.
kick for pushing the back.
Free kick to Cutting.
Panic stations here for Willaston. They seem to be losing a little bit of that cool composure they had in the first half.
Forced to kick down the line. That's what you don't want.
Another boundary throw in. Bit of niggle there on the boundary line, but nothing serious.
Between Whitwer and Clinch.
We got Moss coming in for Donnybrooks to Ruck. Comes through
Follows
with
up
it
his
out to
rucker with the
Elliott. Elliott to
Free kick being played. Oh, and Elliott getting a little angry now.
I beg your pardons there, but
Free kick,
Zobel taking it for South.
which was the original free kick.
Original free kick was too high on Elliott, and Elliott and then
Reverse the free kick.
yes, went straight back at Bailey Zobel. So 8 out of the last 9 goals to South Gawler. Complete contrast to what happened in the first
Oh, a free
Quarter and
kick
a half.
paid in the ruck contest. This is the first for the day. Goes the way of Kurt Sizer.
No, I think it's Moss.
Moss
Yeah, Sizer's off the ground at
goes
the moment.
against Chris
Mike.
James.
Punched away to Elliott. Elliott gathers.
Mackenzie
Trying
couldn't
to
quite
come
take
through
the
with
ball
it.
in.
Godfrey trying to come through with it. Taken. No.
Throw.
Bit of a throw, and it will be going.
South Gawler's way.
Everything's turning, isn't it?
Everything is turning.
Decisions, the
Definitely
decisions, the
going South
umpiring.
Gawler's way now.
Yes,
The bounce.
absolutely. It's a big focus on the game in the next 5 minutes before three-quarter time, boys.
Jackson
26-minute
now.
mark of the third quarter. 15 points of difference. 10-4 to 8-1.
It's a long floater. And a mark taken there at the front of the
Gurney.
contest.
Young Gurney in front.
Young Jaden Gurney.
Plays it on. Puts it in long Everett. Ball swirling
Oh,
around,
the wind really took that.
and it goes over the line for another boundary throw in. Right up in Gawler South's goal line.
8-1-49 trail the West Willaston Donny Brooks 10-4 64 15-point game in the balance, boys, in the balance.
How many goals this quarter, Craig? Much time on, you reckon?
4-1. It's been South Gawler 4-goal run to
We
Willaston
are
1-goal
nearly
3.
27 minutes into the third quarter.
Yep.
This is going to be really a crucial moment of the game. South Gawler deep in their forward line.
We've got South taking a shot at goal at the 27-minute mark of the third quarter, really to make it a tight last quarter, and I think he's
Hasn't quite made the distance.
been pushed through for a behind. Oh, they're having a chat with the goal umpire.
And making it a goal.
No, they've given him a goal. Would you believe
Huge.
this? 9 points the difference after blowing out to 57 points. 9 points the difference.
Willaston would have to really be nervous at this stage after giving up that big a lead.
They'll be asking the questions, what happened?
We are 28 and a half minutes into the third quarter, the premiership quarter, which you have to say South Gawler have put themselves in the box seat to win a flag after a huge premiership drought.
Ruck Jewel. Albright gets a kick out. No, Petrohalis for Willaston. Comes to Connolly. Ball spills. Taken too high. Adam Connolly to take the free kick at centre half forward for Willaston. Puts it on quick to Elbro. Elbro about 40 out.
Elbrow, who's bumped after he's taken the mark. That should be a 25-metre penalty.
They were being given before, but not to, unfortunately, to Harry.
Umpire Prentice not paying it, but that was a clear late takedown that probably doesn't belong in our game.
No, not at all. Harry Elbro, capabilities of kicking this. Bit of a breeze behind him, probably about kicking from 40, 45. Slight angle.
First
Well-
mark inside 50 for Willaston this quarter.
This quarter. Wow.
Opposed to 6 for South Gawler at the other end.
Plus the second half of the second quarter.
Coming in Elbro. He's chipped at it. And he's missed it.
That is a big miss for the Donny Brooks. And I think at home there's a few remotes that have been thrown at TVs.
Yeah, probably would be.
Troy Benny would have just gone ballistic in Dutton Bay.
10 points, 10-5. Willaston, South Gawler 9-1. We're in for an exciting last
Whitwer.
quarter.
Boys
We're
stays
playing
on.
on out of full back.
Under real pressure when he kicks.
Ball punched away. Wrapped up by Earlham.
Pisani trying to pick it up off the deck. And
There goes
three-quarter
the siren
time
for
at
three-quarter time.
the 2021 BLG Grand Final.
Anyone's game, 10 points in it.
The Birds Barossa scoreboard reads Willaston 10-goal 565, South Gawler 9-goal 155 after one of the biggest turnarounds in Grand Final history.
1 quarter left for the whole year. Who's got it in the tank? Who's got the bigger tank? Who wants it more? That's what it's going to come down to.
You're exactly right, Joe. This has just become a game of heart.
Indeed. It's
skill and planning has just gone out the window. It's now down to pure heart and courage.
determination,
And
sheer grit, determination.
this is
and
where we
heart.
see those players that you may not look at and go, oh, you're one of the best players in the competition.
But someone will stand up.
You know, but who's got that bit of mongrel about them?
Indeed, Mike.
I'm
And-
looking at the Lockie Elliots and Brody Cormacks of the world.
They've got to step up.
Judd
gotta push
Smith has
up.
been fantastic, and I think he falls into that category.
The biggest thing for me that quarter, boys, was Willaston 1 mark inside 50 to South Gawler's 6. Turnaround between the first quarter was unbelievable, but also the ground ball, South Gawler winning 10-2. So that's a huge thing, mate. We got an exciting last quarter. Stay tuned on live stream BLG Grand Final 2021.
Absolutely. The South Australian Footballer bringing you the live stream from the BLG as we do every week. And if you are watching us on live stream, click the like and subscribe to 180 Creations. Sam Furler, who's your man for sporting coverage and any quality AV work you need done. This is going to be the greatest possibly one of the great final quarters in grand final history. We've got Craig Doroff doing some more autographs because the crowd cannot get enough of him. As we see Gavin Chaplin heading out now to the South Gawler huddle. He's going to be asking for something huge from his star players. Josh Whitworth is going to be a key figure in this last quarter. Patrick White needs to lift. And the likes of Flynn Pisani, who started to get some key touches in that quarter, is going to be big as well. Willaston, they need to dig deep now. This is their time. Andrew Jarman is going to be looking a few guys directly in the eye and asking, have you got it in you? This is the test as to who you are as a man, as a footballer, and as a Donnybrook. They're a proud footy club, the Donnybrooks. This is their time if they are going to win. Craig Dorr, you're a football coach. Put yourself in Andrew Jarman's position. You're looking some players in the eye. What are you asking them for?
Probably an effort. Also, stick to what has worked to get us to the situation here. Don't go against the grain. Don't go against what has worked for us. And once again, it's that self-belief and that confidence to stay in the game. Not when I say stay in the game, don't go against the realm that has actually got you to the point here. Whereas, obviously now Chappie's just really illustrating what that needs to be happening. And I'm sure in the conversation he would have put, remember last time we played against them, how far we were behind and we got over the line. So they're 10 points. Giles is a smooth, so is Gavin Chaplin, a very smart operator. They're in the...
And
both sides will feel that they can win this game of football. There's no doubt.
the wind is blowing 100% in South Gawler's direction. Don't forget that.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes a very interesting final
This is
quarter.
going to be one of the great quarters of all time.
But the key thing for me in that third quarter, South 10-2 in the Bulls, in the ground Bulls. That was amazing turnaround, +8. Ball goes up, Sizer versus Arnold. Arnold now, there's an arm wrestle between Press and Earlham. Earlham now, he tries to get the hold of the footy and stacks on the mill, and Ray Hickenbottom says, I'll have it, then you'll throw the ball up once again.
A lot of pressure on the umpires in this final quarter too. They don't want to pay free kicks.
Absolutely. But it is very very important not to put the whistle away either.
But they've just played a big free kick there. Holding the ball. South driving the ball deep into their forward line.
Punched away, straight to South. Does an airy, up in the air.
The pack there.
Not 15. Well gathered.
Benison tried to get the
Cormac
kick away.
kicks it out. Connolly's gone for it.
Connolly will see the ball over the boundary line. He's quite happy with that as a result. Another forward entry for the Lions into a dangerous area. Ball in now.
Sizer with the tap away.
Only
Back
South
towards the
Gawler
boundary,
players
pressure
will be
out of
able
it.
Oh, we had a good look at that.
I think that was slightly in from where I am.
We had a really
I
good
had
look
the
at
best
It looked out.
that. Of course you would have, Joe. Of course you would have.
It looked out to me, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The
South
Ray
was-
White real estate replay would have showed that.
Newman now starting to get his hands on the footy. Dean Cutting.
Oh, this is your man, Craig Dorr. The man you wanted to have an imprint on the game. This could be his time.
Well, about time Dean Cutting, Benjamin Button too. So, class player.
Wasting no time, coming straight in. Looking to put this through the middle. Umpire does a fair bit of work, but it's all clear. That's through the middle. We have a 4-point game in the final quarter of the 2021 BLG Grand Final.
Anybody's game.
Let's
Barossa
rewind.
Scoreboard reads 10 goal 5 65 to 10 goal 1 61.
Wow. What is an amazing hour of footy, boys.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
I'm on the edge of my seat here.
And you're higher up. You're on the stool on some. We got the chairs here, Joe.
We're all 10 foot off the air.
I am feeling nervous and I'm not playing.
It is nervous.
If you were out there, you would be feeling a lot of pressure. Ball up again. Arnold in the ruck now. He's got the leap ability.
And a ball up again.
Last time these teams met, Arnold was one of the differences in the last quarter because he's got the ability to leap all over the top of Kurt Sizer.
But Mike, it's same as that round 12 game, Willaston got out to that early big lead and South reeled him back in, and we've seen the carbon copy today, nearly.
Almost, yes. And a lot of punching of the ball going on. Ball comes loose, South, multiple players going out.
Earlham with the
no
quick
one can
hands
handle
out.
the footy.
Sizer tries to gather, wrapped up.
And slammed into the ground.
Ball comes to spill out.
Gets out Willaston on the outer side.
Mackenzie bringing it in for the Donnybrooks. South will be repelling it out fast again, but straight to who we've got there, Elbro for Willaston at centre half forward. Short pass.
Finds a target.
I think it's the captain, Tyson Earlham.
Tyson Earlham is going to kick him from 50 metres plus into the breeze.
Bit of a breeze.
Probably all against him here. Tired legs.
He's looking to give it off. No, he's coming in. He's going for it, and he plays on.
Struggles to make the distance. Ball comes to ground. South Gawler looking to clear.
Conley wraps him up, comes out to Housen. Housen on his left, going for it.
Goes across the face.
Puts it back in. Bounces all over.
Oh, he should have taken
Rignall.
it. He should have taken it.
Hand passes off. And it's a goal to Willaston. They needed that.
Terrell Rigney, was it?
Terrell Rigney handed off.
Earlham.
Tyson Earlham with another captain's goal.
3 for Tyson. We see the ball coming in long. It went and it drifted over. Conley laid the tackle on. Good tackle. Comes out to Housen. Housen put it on his left. Put it in there. Ball came to spill. And Rignall off to Earlham. Earlham snapped and goals.
That is
Great goal.
exactly
They
what
needed
Willaston
that.
needed. South Gawler need to hit back now
Back out to 10 points.
on the Birds Barossa scoreboard here in the 2021 BLG Grand Final. South Gawler looking to clear.
Coming out. Elbro looking up.
Elbrow, the male medalist, kicking deep forward.
Zacky's setting.
He's under the ball.
Brought it to floor nearly. Bit of a foot race. Housen applying the tackle. Hand
Housen
pass
with a
off
good
given
tackle.
still. We've got Davis for Willaston marking it on his chest out in
Deacon
front of the
Davis.
coach's box.
Beats Gurney in a marking contest.
Goes off short to
Short kick's
Mackenzie.
not 15. I thought the umpire was going to say it wasn't 15 because
Right
I
on
don't
it,
believe
he
it
was.
was.
Isaiah
Right on.
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie will go long.
Zees.
East.
Zach East takes a
Beast from
great
the
mark.
East. Zach East takes a mark.
Looking to play on.
Goes
Puts it onto his left.
Goes way across the face of goal.
We've got Rigney going for it. Terrell Rigney punches it.
Class,
runs onto it. He's
class,
running into an
class.
open goal. Terrell from 35 out.
Let's
He's
keep that
goaled
going.
it.
Terrell Rigney.
Terrell
The X-Factor.
Rigney.
I do believe I mentioned him at the start of the game as being the X Factor, and that is a great
And
goal.
that's
for
what he
the
had to do. He stood up there, Double goals for Willaston since the first quarter.
So Willaston 12-5, 77. The South Gawler 10-1, 61. The margin 16 points.
On the Barossa scoreboard.
Near the 6-minute mark of the last quarter. They needed that. They've just had to settle the ascendancy of South and
they kicked the last two.
And change the momentum. So back with the swing. Momentum is Willaston's way again. Can they hold on press or can South reel him in again?
Arnold gets over the top of Sizer.
He's
Punch away. Wrapped up by
and
Earlham.
Great tackle. Earlham wraps up Josh Whitwer in a great legal tackle.
Arnold's getting over the top of Sizer at the moment.
And that's what South's plan
key.
is, keeping him fresh for the fourth quarter so he can just get his hand to the footy.
Absolutely.
Some sore guys out there, some cramping for all of them.
Josh Whitwer struggling now mightily. He is cramping like I don't want to say.
Like an old man. Here we go. Punched away from Mackenzie. Mackenzie grabs it again, brings it to floor to Sizer, gets the hands off to Mackenzie, but he's all wrapped up. Ball spills out, they're all jumping on it.
This is where you get to a point. If you're Josh Whitwer's the direct opponent, you go offensive and run the other way and he's going to chase you.
Keep him running.
Absolutely.
Keep him running.
Unless you're cramping too.
Comes out to Fry. Tackle when he didn't have it. Could have been a free, but he's gone back in there, Ash Fry. Holding the ball.
Yes, he did pick it up while he was being tackled.
No.
Flynn Pisani with the ball.
Flynn Pisani looking.
Got a player coming straight off the bench now.
Brings it in long.
Michael Flynn.
Flynn.
Oh,
that should have been
wiped out under the contest.
That is just.
Wow. And Golding crumbs.
That's a bad decision by the umpire. Another bad decision.
Had a good view of that and just didn't pay a free kick.
That hurts. That can hurt. They're only human. I know they make mistakes. Yeah, Whitwer having a bit of treatment on his leg. He looks pretty sore.
So we're back to a 10-point margin on the Barossa scoreboard.
Clear mark to clinch, not given. South capitalise on it.
Probably a free kick more than a mark, I would have thought.
I think Blind Freddie saw that was a mark, Mike.
Either way. Mark, free kick.
Could have been any of them. Bounce up again in the centre. Sizer takes a tap. Brought to ground. Erlen Moore racked up.
11-1, 67. Willaston 12-5, 77. 10 points, boys.
How many teams would kick 11-1 as well, Craig? You
Absolutely.
know, you know that in itself is a very good feat.
Absolutely. Kicked 11 out of the last 14 goals, South Gawler.
Sizer with the tap.
Huge statistic.
Just hacks the ball out of the contest.
Connolly wraps him. Good tackle. Would have to be holding the ball.
Lockie Everett.
Ball up again. Still in the centre. Sizer. Bit of a tap away. South get the kick away. Comes to spill. Comes to floor. Comes to ball. Bodies. Tackling. Wrapped up. 9.5 minute mark of the last quarter. 10 points to difference.
Right on South Gawler's forward 50. Sizer with a tap, comes down.
Win by South. Dean Cutting.
Dean Cutting with what looks to be a brilliant mark. Comes back limping.
Lining up for his third.
And
the
possibly
boys
the most important goal of his career.
Lockie Arnold coming off the ground at the moment.
That's a big, big change. Brody Hudson coming back in, who doesn't have the leap that Arnold has.
So Dean Cutting lines up for goal number 3 if he puts it through safely.
Should be straight
Dean
through
Cutting.
from an easy spot.
He won't miss that.
He likes it. He likes it off the boot, and that's a goal to get Dean Cutting.
Dean Cutting, he wanted him to come, but he came late.
12-1-73 to Willaston 12-5.
That's amazing.
77.
It's good kicking by both sides.
Wow,
Quite
we are
accurate.
back to a 4-point game. We could not have thought this early.
Never would have thought of
First
it.
half.
Anybody's game. 10-minute mark of the last quarter.
Wow.
That's football.
That's a big wow.
Ooh.
As Hudson Nowick says, I'll have it, the golden whistle.
Ball up.
But still.
Punched away. Comes out. Connolly kicks it for the Willaston. Donnybrooks puts it in. Punched away from Housen. Straight to
Darcy
McKenzie. McKenzie
Judd-Smith
dummies. Dances. Kicks. Good body by White and Walton. Coming out to Spill. Elbro. Free
he's called
kick
throw.
against.
The umpire, Hudson Nowick, called throw.
I'm going to have a look at the replay of this.
It's called throw.
Let's have a look at it.
It's called throw. The umpire not in charge, but the umpire second, Hudson Nowick's called throw.
Couldn't see anything of that. Connolly spoils.
Oh, here we go. Momentum's always south at the moment. This is amazing. Press now, press. What can he do now? He's got to look inside 50. He dummies inside Godfrey. Godfrey, keep him goal side. Over the back. Is it touched?
Clinch
Free
takes
kick.
it over for a point. Oh, it's a free kick.
Free kick to Clinch.
In the back of Clinch.
Yep.
Up before invitations.
Probably was there.
Takes it out to Childs. Childs out to Earlham. Earlham in the back pocket. Moves it on
Over
quick.
the top. He's overcooked it. He's overcooked it. Everett
The
keeps
ball
his
gets
ground
in.
now.
Everett. Connolly's looking at him and
Connolly, good
smothers.
I don't know what he was thinking there, but anyway.
No.
It's the same here. He had Press. Press had Godfrey. Godfrey just had to push him boundary side instead of him going inside the corridor.
Correct. Could have pushed him on the outside, but let him come in
Absolutely.
the inside.
Just those crucial things.
Little things like that make a big difference, Craig.
it does.
Big punch away. Earlham gathers, receives and kicks. We've got Zach Heath coming in to allay the pressure and the tackle. Grabs the ball, but he's all wrapped up. Looks like he's got a headlock. Looks like Bain had him in a headlock.
Couple of boys cramping, boys,
Yeah,
both
some of the
sides.
South boys, that's two in a row I've seen now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They're feeling
Jaden
it.
Gurney looking in a lot of trouble with cramp.
Yeah.
It's surprising. I didn't think those legs had enough muscle to cramp.
13-minute mark of the last quarter, 4 points in it.
12-1-73. Willaston 12-5-77. Fantastic. Hudson hits it.
Sides with the
down.
tap, coming to Petrohalis, but the line beats him. Ball out. Boundary throw in. Centre wing.
Just looking across the ground, the South Gawler players are in front of their opponents.
Oh,
Look
high.
more interested.
Good.
Oh, play on Avani.
Play on. Too high.
Golding. Bennison now goes inside, pushing the back. Oh,
He's
no.
given him a mark.
Paid the mark. Josh Whitworth
Yeah. Whitworth taking a goal.
used his body.
Oh, I think everyone saw what happened there except the umpire.
It wasn't
So
much
Whitworth.
of a push at all. That's payable. It's 50-50 in
It was a
today's footy.
50-50, fair enough.
Josh Whitworth coming in now for a very important goal.
Wow.
That's actually
Wow.
come good in the second half of the game. Really starting to have an impact. And kicks a
They've hit
beautiful
the
goal.
front. They've hit the lead.
They've hit the front for the first time today. Have not led until this stage of the final quarter. With
14.5 minute
15
mark.
minutes into the final quarter, South Gawler finally take the lead.
The physios are very busy now.
They're busy.
31-79 playing Willaston 12 goal 5-77 on the Bergs Barossa scoreboard.
Wow.
Andrew
wow,
Jarman really
wow.
under the pump now. He really needs to provide something for Willaston.
South take it out the centre again.
This has been an amazing turnaround, boys. Amazing turnaround. "13 out of the last 16 goals for South Gawler. Amazing. In a grand final, they were 9-3 to zip. halfway through the second quarter as they go forward.
It's just
and
ridiculous.
and
I don't
and-
believe
I just can't believe being 9-3 now 2 points down. It's just what an amazing change to the game.
And you do have to put it down to a coaching victory at this stage. South Gawler have just backed themselves in.
Well, they finished top for a reason. They stuck to their structures, game plan. They believe in their game plan. They believe in the game plan that Gavin Chaplin. And look, in the first quarter and a half, they were outgunned. Absolutely outgunned.
Yep.
It's amazing.
And we have a free kick being paid
Yeah, they see those ones. Didn't see the other ones.
directly
hello.
in front of goal.
He's going the other way. Free kick the other way.
No, it's a South
Nah,
Gawler free
South
kick.
free. Of course it is.
But yes, directly there. Willaston looking rattled now.
Unfortunately, they do.
Tables have turned completely. Willaston giving away silly free kicks. And they look the less composed of the two sides. South Gawler looking really calm now. This is the South Gawler we're used to seeing all
This is
season.
Whitwer. This will be his second. Cuttings kick 2. So there's 4. As Whitwer lines up.
That's another one.
Joshy Whitwer with another goal. One of my favourite players. He's starting to come good.
14-1, 85 to Willaston at 12-5, 77. And I repeat, 14-1 to Willaston, 12-5. Now we're watching the same
Since
game.
halfway through the second quarter. And we're looking at the flags now. The wind is picking up.
It's picked up again. Definitely favouring left to
Really
screen.
favouring South Gawler's end now. Everything's coming up Lions.
8 points in it.
Kurt Sizer stays down. Hudson goes up. Neither of them get the footy. Ball bounces around.
All wrapped up.
It's all going South Gawler at the moment, isn't it?
Everything.
And 25.
Free kick paid. And yes, 25 metres going South Gawler's way. This Willaston team
Smith.
looks so good
Smith
early.
now kicks South Gawler into the forward 50 again. You just start to think that the injury of Josh Allhutter has actually, wow. And the job Bailey Zobel's done on Petroholis after 4 goals in the first half. He hasn't had a sniff in the second half as well. It's been 2 crucial big things here. Is the lack of
they
him.
put the squeeze on. They did, Craig. They've
And Michael Howson, no goals. Darcy Judd-Smith
Yep.
has been very, very good.
Absolutely. Called it. And I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I said the next goal wins.
You
to
don't
South.
want to, you will.
Craig, there's another one.
There's another one through, and it's a point. Stoppage goal.
Nah, it's gone all South's way now. 19-minute mark of the last quarter.
So we are now looking at
Amazing
a
Fry.
9-point margin.
Oh, it's an ugly looking kick by Fry outside the defensive 50. Elliott now gathers, tackled by
All
Payne,
wrapped up.
not going anywhere, and there's another ball up there, boys. So 14 out of the last 17 goals, it's all been South Gawler. Once again, another ball up in press now against Erland. In there, bang. Umpire says I have another.
I think they'll
repeat.
be happy just to wrap it all up now, Craig. Mike, South.
Yeah, it's that fear thing that
Yeah.
Willaston's now. It's a funny thing, football. Now they go. Oh, here we go. Newman now. Newman inside 50. Out of bounds on the full.
Missed
Could have
everything.
gone
Matty
short.
Norman.
Could have gone. Matty
One of our
Norman.
commentators this season.
Clinch to bring it back in. 20-minute mark of the last quarter.
Willaston need to find some players who are willing to lead hard for the footy now and get open.
They've got to take the game on.
It's about
Yeah,
him
they've got to
running
go
now.
for
It's
it.
funny. It's funny. They've got to take the game on. And we talked about halfway
They
through
took
the
it on.
second quarter.
They're going to take it back on again.
9-3 to nothing. Unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Yeah, no,
And
just
now we see
amazing.
another boundary thrown. Willaston can't rely on getting balls clear from stoppages from boundary throw-ins. They need to actually find players who are willing to gut run and push hard and break into the open themselves.
I think maybe when you get so far up so quickly, you can probably, ease up a bit. Think, yep, we've got this one. And
But
to South's credit, they've reeled him in and they've kept on their attack and they've shown.
it's a big contrast to we spoke about in the first quarter, halfway through the second quarter. Like it's 9-3 and they haven't even scored. It's not like 11 goals to 4. It's actually 9 goals 3 to nothing. Amazing.
You've got to ask the question, what happened?
If we were at the Olympics, the drug testers would be getting very anxious.
They've grown a third leg. Comes out.
Paddy White with an entry into the 50. Josh Whitworth
Another free kick.
manhandled.
And a
There's
goal.
another one.
Free kick play on. Another goal for
Benison.
South Gawler. Josh Whitworth creating that there. Really becoming a dangerous player. Willaston are panicking now.
22-minute mark in the last quarter.
To the coaching staff of Gavin and that, obviously Whitwer in this last quarter has gone to clinch, made clinch accountable after his first half of 5 or 6 intercept marks.
Indeed.
And all of a sudden Whitwer's not only he's kicked 2 himself, but he's had 6 scoring involvements.
Yes.
Involvements as
It's
well, mate.
amazing.
He lifted.
He's one of the best players in the competition, and he is really making clinch
Here we go again.
look bad in this quarter.
South.
Gurney, head over the footy. Again, South Gawler player first to the footy.
22-minute mark in the last quarter. 15 points of difference. 15-2 to 12-5.
Ball up, James coming in from a long way away, runs straight through his opponent. Gives away a free kick.
Moss coming up a bit groggy.
James ran 30 metres straight at that contest.
Once again, it's
Right to
the
South.
systems of
South Gawler just setting up behind the ball beautifully here. They know that they have got the game under control.
Puts it in long.
I'm not so sure about that one.
Yeah. 2 guys going for a ball.
I don't know there was much contact there at all. Whitworth plays on, goes deep, right to the top of the square. Big pack flies. And we'll have a ball up about 20 metres in front of South Gawler's goal. And we are nearly 25 minutes into the final quarter of the grand final. South Gawler, Jaden Gurney looking worse for wear now, bleeding from the nose. He's gonna come
bleeding from the
ground.
nose.
That's going to be a great war wound for him. Because as we know, pain heals,
15.
hurt is temporary, and chicks dig scars.
15 out of the last 18 goals. There was a heart and a half on it, but geez, that's a big statistic in the game of things.
You can have money off, unless they come and pick up out of the car.
Big collision there. He's going to wear a broken nose for a couple of days, I think. But
It's worth it. It's all worth it.
He's not going to. He's not.
He won't
He's gonna
feel the
have
pain.
He's going to have a
Absolutely.
medal around his neck.
Absolutely.
That will take the pain
And
away.
another
Absolutely.
shot on goal, Whitworth from the pack.
And ball goes out of bounds. Fry now plays
Fry
on straight
plays
away
in from a point.
Yep, looking for.
Goes out quick.
And over the top of his
Jackson
Erlen's
Dare.
head.
Jackson
That's
Dare
just
now.
panic from Willaston.
Oh, he's looking for Dean Cutting. And,
But that was a panic
another
kicking
point.
in, looking
As the
like
goal
something
umpire was
happened.
about to wave the flag for the first point, the ball come back in and he waved it again. Amazing stuff. That's how you see that country footy, don't you? Absolutely fantastic. Fry again. A repeat, tries to kick the ball out of defensive
flat
50.
helicopter, which is
Yeah.
not really his thing. Normally we see precision from Ash Fry, and it's all gone to water for Willaston.
Fantastic. 15-4-94. Willaston 12-5-77.
And big tackle in the middle of the ground. So the umpire with another ball up.
No, free kick.
Playing free kick. Going Willaston's way. The big beast, Zach East.
You might have mentioned it before. Big crowd.
Peter
Unbelievable.
Moss looking to get it on.
Huge
Gives
crowd
it to
here at
Tyson still
Willaston.
running, the captain. Zach East takes a mark.
The SANFL would be really envious of a crowd like this.
He's looking to bring it on quick. East wants to go for goal.
He rushed it and snuck
He's
it in.
goaled it.
Kick the goal.
He's kicked the goal.
Finally, Willaston get a goal back.
26-minute mark of the last quarter.
Too little, too late.
11 points of difference.
16-6. Inside 50. South Gawler's way in the last quarter.
Oh, it's shown Craig. It definitely has.
And Mark's inside 50 in the second half. 9-3.
Yeah, no, that definitely
Where it was from the first half.
totally reversed.
Ball up. Big tap from Everett.
Terrell Rigney for Willaston. Takes it out wide to Mackenzie. Mackenzie on the left. Finds Mackenzie. Harrison Mackenzie looking to put it in long for the Donnybrooks.
They're looking for him to mark inside 50. No one's there.
Goes over the
All
back. South
numbers,
Gawler
all
player there to
South.
clear with a shank kick.
And they bring it
Goes
out.
to another South player.
Got all numbers.
Schmidt to
Forward
Whitwer.
finds Whitwer.
Now Whitwer.
So
Whitwer's
you can
gonna-
see he's cramping visibly, but he's trying to keep his cool. He's going to take his time. Got a lot of poise.
And he
Finds
finds
the target on his own.
On the
From
half-forward
50.
flank from South Gawler. Just timing their time here. So
Got
it's Benison.
Benison.
Benison now.
Benison's been good.
Whitwer's running around looking for the 1-2. Whitwer. He's got a +1 here. He can kick it to
Whitwer's
him.
pushing forward, looking for the kick. He's making himself an option.
Gives himself a bit of a
Ash
chance.
Fry coming towards him now.
28-minute mark of the last quarter.
Benison going for goal. He's got the wind at his
Benison.
back.
Has a look at it.
Pushes it wide.
Willaston clearing now through Earlham.
Earlham
Going out
takes
wide,
it out wide to
looking for
Mackenzie. Centre wing, tries to gather. Gives it a small kick off. Comes to ground.
Oh, big clash.
Comes out.
Well, here we go.
We've got
Willaston
Willaston
inside
still
side
running.
50. Oh, he's just missed him.
Back to Elbro. Elbro swivels around,
good
gives
in.
off the hand pass to Mackenzie and kicks it.
Oh, here we go.
With a goal.
Extra time!
28-minute mark of the last quarter.
Big goal for the Donnybrooks. Game on.
One more goal, be a draw. How's that? Extra time.
15-5-95. Willaston 14-5-89.
On
I'd
the
say there's probably
Barossa
enough time for
scoreboard,
another goal.
which is where it's all happening now. Barossa, the major sponsor of football.
10
in the
goals
Barossa
have
Light
been
and
scored
Gawler.
in the last quarter, boys. And the
Wow.
last one went for 31 minutes.
Well, there's a bit of time left then, Craig.
It is. There either could be.
They're 10,
We're not yet 30 minutes into the final quarter, so we do have a fair bit of time left.
I'll be saying my Hail Marys now. Come on, bit more time.
Out of the
Big
middle.
tap
Comes out to Mackenzie. Mackenzie. Hand passes it to Connolly. Connolly
Big
puts it in
ball.
long.
Big ball, boys. Big ball.
High. A lot
Big
of players
ball.
under it. South players fly.
A lot of South numbers there, but brought to ground.
Looks like we'll have a ball up.
Oh, free kick.
Free kick to South.
Yeah.
So the Lions will have a chance to clear. Bradley Bain, chance to clear. He's got to find a target.
30 minutes.
Needs to find a target and soak up some time.
Clinch coming in. Clinch with a
Michael
chest
Clinch
mark.
under it.
Got enough time. He's got to find someone who's
A lot of
loose. They're
players.
telling him
He's
to
gotta
bring
find
it in
someone.
long.
He's
Bring
gotta
it
go,
in
he's gotta
quick.
find someone. Where's he going?
He's gone wide.
He's going wide. He
To
hasn't found
Elbro.
he hasn't found the target.
Elbro's got. There it is. It's
Sorry,
all
guys.
over.
It's a one-goal win. A
Amazing.
beautiful, tight grand final win. South Gawler are champions. 2021 Barossa Light and Gawler Premiers, South Gawler breaking a long drought. The Lions are Premiers. South Gawler, rejoice.
The year that was, 2021.
We see the South Gawler coaching group embracing now. But South Gawler, there will be joy at the Lion Den tonight. They've lost the B grade, but they've managed to win the A grade by 1 goal in one of the greatest grand finals in recent memory. Craig, your thoughts on that game?
Wow. That's all I've got to say is wow.
I was looking for a little more than that. You got special comments, man?
9-5 to no score. Amazing,
It is
amazing.
unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen a team come back from that far down in any game, but in a grand final, when it's all on the line, is ridiculous. It is the greatest grand final comeback of all time, but also Willaston are going to have to wear a massive choke label for the next 12 months.
Yeah, you start to think,
They were the best side all year. Dropped one game for the year, I guess.
Can we have the spectators off the ground, please?
Willaston came from fourth, had all the momentum, but again, coming from fourth, you're not the team expected to win.
Correct.
But when you start the way they did today, they're on their home deck, perfect conditions. They should have gone on with that job. And to not be able to counter South's rally.
What's going on?
Oh, we have some issues with the crowd. On the far side, we have a fight.
It's on.
It's on for young and old here, boys. There's young on for young and old.
It's on.
Yes, we
It's
have.
on.
Getting a
It's
bit hot
on.
under the collar.
This
It's
is
on.
not good.
We don't want this.
This is really
Getting
not
a bit
good.
passionate now.
And
Everyone just settle down. The
take a
blood's
chill.
boiling.
Take a chill pill. With the COVID, everyone's coming off the ground. All the supporters that weren't let onto the ground.
Fists were flying and it was all happening.
It's always going to happen. Two Gawler sides.
A lot of rivalry between these two clubs.
Absolutely, buddy.
As I said at the start of the game, they were going to get it on because they just don't get along. But this is not what we wanted to see.
No, and then
Ruining a great day of football.
and then there's a spectator here on the ground telling these blokes, like this bloke here is having a crack at the umpires. It's just disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
Absolutely unnecessary.
We talk about COVID and we talk about spectators not under the ground. We've just seen the South Gawler gone out and printed. That's okay. I've got no problem with that. But what we're seeing scenes of here, and I've just seen two blokes just run onto the ground and give the umpires an absolute friggin' spray. Now, to be honest with you, disgraceful.
Yes.
Absolutely disgraceful.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
and that's something that needs to be addressed by the league. Better preparations in place to be able to counter that with a crowd this size.
Absolutely. Like, there's always going to be tension, but the thing is, you've got to work out what was going on. And not only that, it's just, unfortunately, it takes away what was a fantastic game of football.
Yes, it was. What a day.
And you just start to think, once again, we illustrated this at halfway through the second quarter, when Josh Woolherter hopped that one on the hip, how much of an impact that would have on the game. Well, we've seen exactly what an impact it had on the game.
Yes, that was the turning point. Josh Woolherter was one of the best players on the ground at that point of the game. And then when he was taken out of the contest, in a football manner, with an injury, the whole situation started to turn.
Yeah, like to be honest with you, like it was. Turn around a game of two halves, really, when you look at it. Whatever turned to gold in the first for Willaston to be at 9-5 to no score, then turn it around. To give you the true indication, South Gawler 3-10 inside, like Willaston in front 10-3, marks inside 50, end up being 13 all. So that, once again, that turnaround. To me, was at half time, the contested ball, the ground balls, was +9 Willaston. It turned out to be +6 South.
That's a massive turnaround, and I've been involved in losing grand finals before, as you have.
Yep.
But this has got to be a completely different feeling because of how far ahead they were, how one-sided the game was halfway through the second quarter. It's a completely different feel to a normal game where you might have lost by 2 or 3 goals, where it had been close all game.
Once again, it was that 9 goals 5, and their execution, everything they did going inside was perfect. And it was just a complete turnaround of where we were, and we talk about connections inside 50.
Yes, and we've now got presentations about to take place, so we will leave you at this point. Thank you very much for tuning into the live stream, and I hope you enjoyed the game.
Before we go, now we'll go to the best on ground. So Shannon Hearn will present the best on ground. Thanks very much. What a great game. The winner of the medal goes to South Gawler, Josh Winkler. Our boys, they will make it up as you'll know. But no, big round. Very soon we know it's hard to come by. Other players getting the 120 years and reaching the first line. Enjoy, boys. Guys, review Andrew Gawler. Congratulations, Josh, outstanding second half. Congratulations to the Gawler South Football Club and the players. Well done, boys, because your second half was as good as I've seen in football. Enjoy, celebrate all night. To the sponsors, thank you for your support. To our Willaston fan base, our supporters, and to all my players, I'm bloody so proud. And we've got to get back on the horse and bounce back next year. Thank you for your support. Enjoy your night and take care. Call out the fire. Number 1, Lucky Everett.
What serve are you looking at? I'll hold it up.
Number 2, Slim Kasani.
Inside job, just let me go.
Number 3, Joshua Pearson.
That's fun. That's what's wrong with the world. I've done it and I've done 6 days to go.
Number 4, Justin. Number 5, Jackson Dare. Number 6, Bailey Filkey. Number 7, Roscoe Smith.
Yeah, I thought you might need it for the police.
Number 8, Lockie Arnold.
Yeah, it makes it fantastic. When you went on it, it was ugly as fuck.
Number 9, Josh Whitworth.
He's always going to happen with ground play.
Number 10, Bradley Bain.
There was always going to be a dip over there.
Number 11, Matthew Norman. Number 12, Bailey Zobel. Number 14, Henry Benison.
Yeah, I understand.
Number 15, Daniel Golding.
They're not so special.
Number 17, Jaden Gurney.
And for the autograph, the autograph we can get to the crowd.
Number 18, Dean Cutting. Number 19, Steve Pearson. Number 20, Chris James.
Have a crack. He doesn't mind changing clothes.
Number 22, Hannah Smith. Number 24, Patrick White. Number 25, Brody Hudson. And today's captain, Jackson Press. And today's coach, Gavin Chaplin. Before we ask Cappy and Jackson as it were, I'd like to thank all the sponsors from Grant Allen right down. I want to thank all you people here who've come today. It's been an amazing day. And the people who have supported this league throughout COVID have got out your homes and come. We show we are most likely the best country league going around. So thank you all. So far over the test. The Willaston is always found a really hard not to play against. The Gawler is always a really tough game. They're all our volunteers and our sponsors. Thanks, Cappy, and thank you to South Gawler for hosting the final, and the Willaston Football Club for helping them out, and the Gawler Council for doing a good job of the Oval. So drive safely home, and everybody have a good night, and we'll see you in the gym. Oh, you better have the trophy.
You need a hand, Sam? You're all good? I only had a couple of pails.
why I needed those fitters.
Do you want me to take this?
Sure.